Now, there we go. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the den. It helps when your mic is actually on, right? I'm your host, Ed Honcho. It is a Friday evening, and like I said, I told you we're bringing back the Talking Dirty After Dark on the Fridays. It is an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to get to chop it up with you guys each and every evening. Yesterday was a day. It seems like it's been so long, and it was just yesterday afternoon. But it just seems like it was a long time since since we had a conversation, right? But I mean, it just does seems weird. I guess to have the day did and then have to wait until now. What? I guess. I guess it is what it is. Um, so we're gonna get into an informational conversation about adult entertainers, adult entertainment. Now, and the impact that it's had on people's lives. And we can all say, oh, I don't watch that. I don't. Look, at some point in time in your life, as a young man, and maybe young women not as much, I think now it's more acceptable for women. Uh, because if you look at the adult educational research sites, they have sections just for the women. So I think it is what it is. So let's see who we have joining us tonight. Like I say, bring it back first. So some of y'all just may be new to y'all because it kind of stopped it because I was like, Sunday Night Confessions, Talking Dirty After Dark, kind of similar, but in reality they are different, and we'll try to keep them separate so they don't just so they don't kind of overflow. But because every confession doesn't have to be something nasty. It doesn't have to be something. It can just be something you need to get off your chest. But Talking Dirty After Dark, well, that's just talking dirty. So let's see who we have joining us this evening. Again, I'm your host, Ed Honcho. It is an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure. Ed Honcho HTX on the Twitters. I don't know where we're going this way. Here we go. Did show live on Facebook. Make sure you like the page. Make sure you join the Facebook group. Ed Honcho HTX on the gram. Make sure if you fucking with the gram, that you give a follow on the Grizzam. Got Dizam. But let's talk about it. Let's get into it. And y'all have to pardon me. I'm having like some sinusy stuff going on. I don't fucking know. But let's see what we got joining us, man. Let's get to some good conversation. Infinity Pimpin', what's the motherfucking deal? That boy Trip, what's the motherfucking deal? Miss Bell Coltrane, K Grace, what's the motherfucking deal? How are y'all all doing this evening? K Shonda Banksy, what's the motherfucking deal? Brielle Blair El Bay, did I get it right? What's the motherfucking deal? I'm gonna get you sucker. That's funny. You just shot me in my pinky toe. I got to cut you. The Gamma. How you doing this evening, man? I hope all is well with Miss D the Gamma. It's always good to see D. Pause. Especially on the night that we're having tonight. Y'all take shit and run with it. Let me see. Sweet Berry's here. So, y'all can do what y'all want. But let me tell you, you want to know something funny, right? In the chat, the YouTube chat, like when you switch from top chat to live chat, or even when you get on the chat, it has that little message, welcome to the chat, remember to guard your privacy and abide by community guidelines, fuck all that. Every time I see that, it makes me think of Sweetberry because it's almost like welcome to life, remember to guard your nuts or guard your pistachio. I don't know why I read it like that for some reason. I'm not really looking at it, I just see it so much, you kind of become blind to things you see so many times. But I always think about guard your pistachios because she will definitely attack you, especially if you are new. So, hey, stay on your toes. Sweetberry is always good to see. Empress Yaya, what's the motherfucking deal? Good to see you. And I hope all is well. And I hope life is treating you good, Miss Yaya. Rashida, here only for the pistachios read. Good to see you. Let's see. So Lisa in the building, what's the motherfucking deal? Yeah. Look. Yeah. See, because here's the thing. Sometimes you get the little bit of intro. People talk about you wasting too many minutes. You taking too long. So I'm trying to be a bit more brisk. Sometimes I like to wait like a minute or two to give people time to get in because I know they don't get the notification. Or sometimes the notifications come after the stream gets started. Give me 1 second here. No, like I said, I'm having some sinusy issues here. Oh. Let's set shit on fire. Fuck it up. So pardon me if I'm a little snotty. Jay Khalif, what's the motherfucking deal? Been a minute, if I'm not mistaken. It seems like I ain't seen you in a minute. Hope everything is well. Let's see. DeMarkey, I always got to work, but in reality, I'm tricking Popeye sandwiches off on women. Johnson in the building, or was in the building. Marie Lovely, what's the motherfucking deal? Shout out to Miss Marie Lovely. Lovely Marie, it's good to see you. Jane Goodall, the Negro Whisperer pal. Yeah, that's why I had to use a throwback picture. I was looking for some. I was going to use something more recent. One, it's extremely difficult to find a picture of Pinky with clothes on. Extremely difficult. And that one just so happened to be the only one that I could find. Used to collect porn. That's interesting. I'd definitely like to hear about that. G-Man Kondo, what's the motherfucking deal? Jaja Aaron, what's the motherfucking deal? Shelly Long, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. I don't even want to talk about the Texas right now. It's terrible stuff. We'll save that for some sauce. Live chat versus AOL chat room. 17 in the building. Louis 17, what's the motherfucking deal? Professor Trio, what's the motherfucking deal? Well, goddamn, Trio, well, you know what I'm saying? That's how they go do. Misty, it's me. Ain't no ear cut. We grown folks tonight. No ears unplugged. No earmuffs. How are you this evening? And let me see. I'll put the link in there for you in just a moment, Miss Marie. Because, certain mods in here be slacking. Trey James, what's the motherfucking deal? What does she go by now? Like Sarah Mirabelli or something like that? Oh, there goes the link goes right there. There it is right there. Let's see. Let's see. D-Love, what's the motherfucking deal? Keisha Ross, what's the motherfucking deal? How are you doing this evening? Crass and Heartless, Crass and Heartless started a Twitter war. I found it extremely interesting. I hope you're a part of that 40%. Let's see. If I miss you, man, I ain't just look into some good conversation, man. Let's talk about some things. Right? So, adult entertainment. I think now with the younger crowd, it's different. You know, if you were, again, like I say, if you were born in the internet age where, internet Wi-Fi was already accessible and, all of these things, it's a little different. But I think when you were older, when the internet was just becoming a thing, you had to deal with dial-up and such like that, especially being a young man, coming of age, hormones kicking in, all of those good things. You had to get information, right? You had to get some information. And you had to rely on VHS tapes. Now, how you went about and got those VHS tapes, well, that was your own deal. I'm not even going to get into that. Some people had magazines. Some people had... That was pretty much it, magazines. I mean, I guess you had the DVD. DVDs was right around that era, too. And so you looked for stuff, right? You had to learn because, sometimes in that age, people weren't as open as telling you the things you needed to know, right? So it was for research purposes. I'm telling you, it was pure research. That's all it was. So you had to learn some things, how to put it straight. See, but learning your moves from porn stars may not always be the best thing, right? And I'll explain why in just a moment. But so when you were young, you would come across these entertainers, and again, some you're legal sometimes when you just right under that age trying to figure things out. And yes, there's no hardware. I mean, there's no physical copies of shit anymore. Nobody wants physical anything. No DVDs, no CDs, no VHS. Motherfuckers don't even want Blu-rays anymore. But so you used to have to fucking rewind to get to the. You couldn't just click to go exactly where you. You had to fast forward and rewind and do all. You dated an ex-adult entertainer. I'd like to hear about that. Beyond a funny nigga. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Y'all have, but now you have variety for free. You know, back then you had to hustle it up. You had to come up on some information the hard way. Now it's easy. Let me just clickety clickety click, free porn all in your face. Shit. Now you get porn when you don't want porn. Dreamer, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What's going on with you, Dreamer? Um, and so, you know, times have changed differently. But I think every young man, like I said, I don't know as much for women. Women, y'all have to speak on it yourselves. I know a lot of y'all gonna try to play, oh, I would never do that. And that's just not my way. Yeah, I believe you. Yeah, sincerely and seriously, I believe all that. Y'all are just as wild as men are. But you know, so you'd have your little collection. Hope your mom ain't find your shit. You have your little stash of black tail magazines. Penthouses. Penthouses were way better than Playboys. Playboys were tame. You know what I'm saying? And like that shit they used to come on like Skinamax. That super soft core shit. That old fake shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, wow. Okay. You know. That's what I'm talking about. D keep it real. She gonna keep it 1,000 and keep it. That's what I'm talking about. Um, but my thing is just like, you know, you had those things, you inquired those things. And so, like I say, as a young man, you know, I knew my pops, but he wasn't. You know, my parents were split at the time. You know, he was in a completely different town. I had to get information. I didn't have anybody to turn to. Like I said, puberty was kicking in, hormones were kicking. I had to figure out how to do this stuff. I needed the science. I needed the game. So, where else to go but to the adult educational entertainment available on VHS and DVD. And I told you, we used to like trade movies with the fucking Arab at the store. He was a cool dude. He was just a little weird now that I think about it. I was like, why would you do that? Why would you trade movies with? Anyway, that's a whole different thing. At that time, I didn't think about it. It was like, cool, I benefited from it, so I wasn't tripping. Um, but you got to think about porn and what porn is all about, right? Porn stars are over exaggerating the act a bit, right? And that is new stuff is really crazy. We'll get into that shortly. But, you know, it's kind of overemphasis on the act. And so I'm trying to figure it out. You know, motherfuckers coming in, they beating the guts up. They just smashed, like I say, it was a whole, you know, Jackhammer Johnson type thing. And so I thought that was the groove, right? Um, and so probably for the first, whew, I started getting active maybe around 13. So I'd say maybe for the first 7, 8, maybe some 7 to 10 years, depending. I guess it just depends on what chick I was fucking with. I guess. You know, I have no shame to say I was a fucking Jackhammer Johnson. I'm just they doing all the wild stuff. They doing the keeping the shoes on. I keep my shoes on. I can't take the shoes off. That's not the play away. Um, and so you had the women doing all kind of freaky shit. So I try to have my chicks doing all kind of freaky shit. This is back in the day when Polaroids were a thing. There were no digital cameras, no digital pictures and shit like that. Particular chick I was with at the time, I had her doing all kind of wild stuff on the Polaroids. I think I shared that story where someone stumbled upon those, but we'll get to that at another time. It is what it is. But that was the tutelage that I was under. Like, fuck it, that's what the porn stars do. The women obviously seem to enjoy it, even though they're acting and again over simulating and a lot of that. As you grow with age and you learn, you separate the acting, from the faking, from the real. And that's why I say a lot of women, uh, where's Angela? Let me talk to Angela. Because I remember we had an argument about that. Oh, you can't tell that women are faking. Well, if you're faking, it's your own fault. Like, you're doing yourself a disservice if you're faking. But all that hollering and all that other shit, it's just like, this shit is nonsense. Like, now I'm to the point out, Okay, some instances it happens. All right, it's it's a thing, but it's just like some of it is just like stop the dramatics. You feel me? But so you learn to differentiate the real from the fake because I don't know. Anyway, but so you just learn some things as you grow and as you learn as you have some experience. That's why I say I've always preferred older women because older women will sometimes teach you things. Sometimes they think they can manipulate and control you, and then they realize who the fuck they dealing with, and then they end up on the flip side of the coin. But so my thing though is like I said, it's it had a heavy influence on my life, and fuck it, I can't think of the motherfucker. Because I remember a chick actually said that I reminded her of a particular porn star because we were actually watching a flick together. I can't remember the motherfucking dude used to be, but back in the day, you gotta understand, it was like three black porn stars. Everything was like West Coast Productions. There was a lot of females, but there was like three dudes that was in all of them. What was the motherfucker's name? The dude looked like fucking Booker T with the dreads or whatever. But anyway, um, yeah, I wouldn't think they are, right? I wouldn't think they are. I don't like. I'm gonna sit here. I don't know. I remember the dude had like dreads, and you could tell how long ago the movies were. It's like the nigga start off with the little baby dreads, and then yeah, Byron Long, that's the one. Um, so my thing was just like, you know, I just emulated what I saw on the thing. But then like I say, as you get more experience, because when you fuck with young hoes don't know any better. They just doing some shit. They don't know what the fuck they doing. But again, as you find a woman who knows what she wants, and then you get more experience, then it changes. You adapt, and it depends on if you actually give a fuck about make sure she's pleased in that manner. And so I think there's a lot of different factors that go into it. Um, so that was my experience. That was my thing. But I want to flip to the other side. There were always a couple of porn stars that you were always their scenes seemed to be a little bit better. Now look, um, I don't care what anybody said. The back there used to be what was it? There's this one. I remember I had traded DVDs with my partner, and this was like a classic. It was like some crazy Brazilian shit, and I'm like, this shit is wild. Ebony Eyes was one I used to like. Um, Janet Jack, this is old school stuff. Um, I think around my age where I was getting legal, that was like I say, that was around Cherokee Diaz. I think Pinky came a few years after that. But to me, I'm not gonna lie, Cherokee Diaz was like kind of. She just had a big old ass. That was like it. Nothing else was super spectacular. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's just they have nice features, and I guess it makes them special. But the other acts are just kind of like, what's so great about that, right? Yellow Vision Richard, what's the motherfucking deal? Big Mexican look, okay? Just because I can't recite the porn stars' names in Spanish, and all the fucking positions in Hispaniola. Look, I know some of them, I don't know all of them. But my thing is this, right? So, see, look, Shelly, I ain't even finna get on you. I ain't even finna deal with Shelly tonight. The other Shelly, because there's two Shellys, and both Shellys are bad, really, honestly. Both Shellys are bad in their own right in the den. You know what I'm saying? And so, I got something for I got something for y'all. All right, Big M, appreciate you sliding through. Yeah, Ebony Hayes. I don't know. I was saying eyes, but I don't know if that's how she said it or not. That's always dude. I'm bad with names. I'm terrible with names. I saw one. Somebody mentioned Alexis Texas. I'm not a fan of Alexis. She don't like niggas, so I don't like her. Fuck her. That's that. Like I say though, but like I say, I can't remember as much. There used to be, the Jada Fires. I remember that 'cause I remember I had came across a DVD. She was like the primary one on it. Like there's one. I ain't gonna lie that I used to be a fan of. She was a super liver. I can never remember her name, but she was like she had a fucking tattoo. I don't know what that fucking symbol. It looks like a fucking two. Whatever the the horoscope symbol or whatever it is that has like that looks like the fucking Roman numeral 2. But I was always a fan of her work. She had a couple of flicks that I remember seeing her in that I was a fan of. But you know, like, a lot of these names y'all saying, I'm not. I couldn't. Is it Gemini? I don't know. Trust me, I'm saying the shit. I don't know the horoscope shit like a Trump. I'm not super deep off in all those things. Yeah, that one right there. That sign right there. Yeah, she was a unique rise. What's the motherfucking deal? Nah, she wasn't blonde. Let me see something. Hold on, give me a second. Let me try to pull something up over here. Look, let me fuck around. Fuck around. Put the wrong shit on the screen and everything. Do 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 do. But like I said, there's been a litany of them, a lot of them that I've definitely. Yeah, let me see something here. Let me see this should work. But so anyway, what I want to get to when I open up the line, like I said, I ain't gonna talk too much long. We'll open up the line. We'll talk some more shit here in a minute. That's interesting. Let's see if this will work. Okay, this looks like it's gonna work. Anyway, let me get distracted. Let me just keep my hands up here for all proper reasons. But no, I'll bullshit to the side though. But my thing is like what I want to talk about tonight when I open up the line is did adult entertainment, and it doesn't have to just be, videos. It could be a trip to the strip club. It could be you are a gentleman who likes to, I won't say a gentleman of leisure, that would be a pimp. Lord have mercy, I did say a pimp. Maybe you like to procure women of the night or people who are in these industries. So my question is, how has adult entertainment impacted your sex life? Has it had an impact on how you operate, how you view the opposite sex? Have you had interactions with people in the industry? I saw somebody said that they were with a former porn star. I may know a person or two. Like I say, if you have ever engaged, I guess you count strippers in the mix and stuff like that too. Oh. Yeah, like I say, pardon me, I got some sinus stuff going on. But as we take calls and things like that, that's kind of the angle at which I want to go. Give me just a second. Let me. And how do you feel about adult entertainment overall? I mean, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Some people says it ruins people. I think the accessibility to it now is terrible because you can get it just anywhere. Back when you were young, you had to make a time and a place. You had to make sure you had the house to yourself. Wasn't nobody coming around. VCRs take a long time to rewind, man. You know, nowadays you just, I'm on my phone. Excuse me. Hey, yeah, what's going on? So I want to know your thoughts about adult entertainment as a whole, the industry. Where it's going. Should these things be legalized? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it's positive? Let me see something here. We got a list. No. I remember her, Midori. Yeah, I remember that. There's a lot of new motherfuckers on this list. I'm not sure about. Maybe there's some more down the thing. Angel. I remember Angel Eyes. Yeah, I definitely remember Angel Eyes. She had that look. Anyway, so anywho, he pimping so it's positive. Champagne is her name. You say Honey Goes extra regular. I don't even know who that is. So my thing is, nah, I ain't showing no tabs. I'm gonna be like, what site he on? But nah, this is a site. It has a bunch of Capri Styles. I remember her too. It has a bunch of It has a bunch of chicks on here, but none of them are nude, so it's cool. Um, about popped up in another tab too. I need to look at and see. But I'm trying to see if this chick is on here. Delata Brown, I remember her. I watched a lot of black porn. Obviously, you can tell I didn't really dabble too much on the other end. Um, these faces look familiar, but I wouldn't know their face or their name for shit. Her face looks real familiar too. But anyway, so like I said, Capri Styles got unnecessarily fake tits. So what's going on with Shannon Long over there, huh? Nah, ladies, we're not rating ass. We're talking about porn and how it's had an impact in our lives. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Do you think that it's okay? Yeah, yeah. Send them in. Send let's you get that going, Lady Licious. You charge that. Just make sure they send it to denshowlive at Gmail. And you know, D Love. If Jesus is watching, he watches the Den every night, and well, he's been ashamed for a long time. You know what? What was the livest series? Booty Talk was the series, man. That was like it was like 1,000 Booty Talk. I don't know how many hoes they have for Booty Talk. I know there's a couple of repeat offenders in the Booty Talk series. There was like a 217 Booty Talks. You couldn't you do a better job collecting all the fucking Pokemon cards than you will fucking getting all the Booty Talks. Let's see, Cheyenne Jacobs. That name sounds familiar too. Ass Watchers. Which was another one. I don't remember Ass Watchers, I don't think. Now they used to have some crazy sites like Bang Brothers. I ain't gonna lie, before the whole Bang Brothers was a game changer. And I'm gonna talk about one more minute, then we're gonna open up the line. I ain't gonna hog it all night. And then I wanna know, let me know if y'all wanna do Mixer Crew tonight or not, or possibly an extended in. That may be the option. It either be extended in, maybe, or Mixer Crew. We'll see. So, but my thing is this, right? Like Bang Brothers, Bang Bus. That was a game changer. All right. Look, if you want to see the clips, you got to sign up for my premium Snapchat. Coming January 1st, 2020. Yeah, I'm joking, but I'm serious. So make sure y'all pre-order that, ladies, fellas. Y'all trying to get my premium snap. I gotta ban you from everything on every platform. Beauty Dior, I remember her. Keiki, she got that tongue. That's the only thing. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, okay, let's be realistic. Like, okay, the porn stars have been ratchet for a long time, but it seems like now they're more ratchet than ever because the adult entertainment industry, everybody has access to it. I mean, you basically do it from your phone and upload it to Pornhub, and you become an amateur star, which I think is good and bad because I think there are people who do creative things, have original ideas. You shouldn't have to go through all this other shit just to get your foot in the door. Motherfuckers traveling cross country just to fuck for whatever reason, and I'm a person that believes in taking control over your product, your content, whatever. But also, what I want to talk about is the genre oversaturated? Like, is it oversaturated at this point? It used to be something like you had to work to get a hold of it, or you just it had to be a thing. But now it's like everybody does it. Everything is on the table. It just is what it is. But my thing now is just like the women are more like Keiki. Real ghetto fabulous, but she just has like the tongue thing is special. But it's like a lot of chicks. Like back then the chicks they weren't all tatted. Of course, some of them had tattoos and things like that. But now some of them, I mean, they thugged out. They all the way inked up. And again, if I'm not thinking about, again, they're porn stars, so I guess fuck it. I don't mind some ghetto shit like that. I like me a little ratchetivity from time to time. It's been a while since I've dealt with any ratchet chicks, but you just gotta think about life after adult entertainment. But maybe some of them don't. I don't know. Some niggas like that shit, so it is what it is. Who was one? It was one. What was the one? I don't know if she was mixed or not. Ice LaFox, I think her name was. I think that's what it sounds doing. Yeah, but here's the thing now. Yeah, it definitely changes the way you look at things these days now because it is. I think there's a difference between spitting and spit roasting, Shelly. Big difference. I mean, you can spit during a spit roast, I'm sure, but yeah, that's a whole different thing. Um, I'm trying to find this name. Sierra. That name sounds familiar. I know I've seen her in a couple of things. I've seen her. She was the original Keiki. I remember this face and that tongue from way back. Menage a Trois. I didn't know that was her name though, but I definitely remember her in some old school shit. She had the tongue before Keiki was ever a thing. I'm actually reading off a list. I don't remember these names. I'm like starting to read these names off a list, and so that's why trust me, I'm bad with names. I barely remember my family's names. I forget my dog's name if I have to feed him every damn day. Um, I think is this her? Kitten? This was that her name? She got the tattoo, but she got some glasses on this picture, so I can't really tell. But she don't look as thick as she did. I don't know. She has that tattoo. Her name's Kit, but I don't know if that was her. It seems like it would have had a different name. Ayana Angel, I remember that name. There goes Cherokee. But anyway, fuck all that. Let's get the line open. Let's talk about some stuff. Let's talk about it, and let's get some conversations going here. Give me 1 second. Let me open up the design. Like I said, I want to know how adult entertainment has impacted your life. Do you think it's been a benefit? Has it been a negative? I think that. I mean, eventually you have the experience, but when you're young and you just start to get into it, especially when you're trying to figure things. Oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. You're trying to fucking emulate the shit you see off the fucking flicks. You probably injured some shit. Something that probably ruin a girl's life. So she used different name. Cause that's what I said. I don't remember the name. Kid, like cause I don't think too many chicks had that tattoo. Cause it was a big old fucking Gemini tattoo, and that's what I remember it from. But she just that name just it doesn't resonate. You know what I'm saying? So oh yeah, the ladies acting scared now. It is what it is. Y'all gotta be tough. Y'all gotta be tough. Who is it? It's Misty, Shelly, Sweetberry, Miss Grace. Is Miss Bell still in here? And I seen Lady Licious. So they were about 60. So it is what it is. Right, get back into it. Okay, appreciate that. Let's see. Give me a second. Let me get the line tooted and booted. Let's take some calls. But like I say, I think in moderation. I think everything in moderation is important. I think things can be used. I don't know. I think it takes a special kind of freak. I don't think it's even a special kind of freak. I think chicks are mostly down with it. They just have to feel comfortable. They don't want to end up, with the whole revenge porn thing happening. But I think most chicks will let you film your own amateur footage. You'd be surprised how many. I got away with that when I was younger, especially college days. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
It's Belle. You know how to get the first one in.
No,
I guess older folks, we go to sleep early, so we had to get it in, right?
I don't believe that. Y'all stay up later than me. But what's on your mind, Miss Belle?
The thing is I didn't really get too much into porn. It wasn't a good thing, wasn't a bad thing. I just dated a stripper. It was easier that way.
Well, you dated a stripper?
Yeah, for about 2 years.
So how did that deal with, did you have any jealousy? Was there any issues with that?
No.
Okay.
No. I treated it like it was a job. It would have been no different had he been a bartender.
Okay.
He went and did a job. He got upset because I wouldn't go to his shows, and it's like, I am not going to stand there and have some girl give you her phone number and you put it in your pocket. That's the one thing I kind of put a line down to.
Well, but I mean, but doesn't that kind of like go with the stigma? Because say if the chick gave his number and he just kind of balled it up and threw it away right there, would that be
Yeah,
bad for future business? I mean, at least let her think that the
yeah.
opportunity is there.
That's one of the reasons that I never went to the clubs that he was dancing at.
Okay.
The nights that he was working, he was working. It would be no different than a male bartender. They got to flirt to get the tips and the drinks. Same thing, only different. If you want to keep it straight and you want to be faithful, then you're going to be faithful. If you don't, you're going to dip and dab. So I don't see that as being any different. As far as the porn goes, there has been a huge change over the time because of different film. Did you know it started out on 9mm film, reel to reel?
That's terrible.
That's how old I am that I remember those things. But I'm also a history buff for film and television, so I would know these things.
I may have stumbled into the vintage section a time or two on some of these adult educational informative sites, and to see how far back some of that goes is pretty interesting.
They go far as the earliest thing that I came up to be able to find was probably in the 50s, and it was pretty white and home movie stylish. And you're talking when women used to wear slips and girdles and the whole 9 yards, and it was just kind of nasty. It was like feeling almost voyeuristic rather than actual just porn.
That amateur shit is the best
What's
shit.
going on in the background?
I don't know, something happening outside. I don't know if they're racing or what they got going on out there.
But it's interesting how it definitely has changed. Lewis had stated about Stallone being one of the first porn stars going legit, but he never brought out the fact that he was even a porn star until after he made it big. And he only did it for a check. Now, Jenna Jameson, she was really big in the late 70s, early 80s doing it, maybe even mid-80s. And she went into legit film and crossed over into what they call normal filmmaking. And that wasn't normal either. And it was probably the early 90s that commercial porn kind of came onto the scene across America. Before that, it was probably pretty underground. I mean, in your XXX shops and that kind of thing, but it became more popular during the mid-90s. It was kind of letting people's hair down, I guess you'd call it.
So do you think that people, those who are in the porn industry, if they start off that way, do they have a stigma applied to them that makes it difficult for them to cross over, or do maybe they don't want that mainstream notoriety, or what do you think that is?
I think it's like anything else. I think it depends on how much notoriety they got on one. It's almost, all right, this is the best way for me to feel like I can explain it. It's just like, bad example, but Harry Potter. You get pigeonholed into a role, and then you can't seem to get out of that to get into something else. If you're pigeonholed as a porn star, it's really hard to get legitimate work. So it's the same thing, only different. At least that's how I'm reading it, and somebody else might have a different concept on that.
Okay. Do you think it's changing? I'm thinking about one particular chick who had, and her career, I guess, was short-lived, but she blew up kind of quick. I think she was overrated. Her name was Mia Khalifa. But she went from that, and now she's doing, I guess the internet makes things accessible. Now she's doing like sports commentary or e-gaming or something like that. I can't remember. But with nowadays, with the whole sex worker thing being a thing and how accessible porn is and everything, with the access that you have to people, do you think that stigma is changing?
Yes and no. I think in some ways the shame is still there. It's more underground and less talked about that way. How do I explain this? Do you guys remember Dustin Johnson from who is it? Something Save the Bell.
Yeah,
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, Screech. Yeah.
Yeah, he went into porn, and he actually has a better career in porn than he did in regular TV.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, he's gross anyway, but that's not really the point. Sometimes you can make it in one of the fields, but you can't make it in the other. And a lot of times, there's still a shame attached to the porn stars trying to make it legit. I'm not a big, like you said, I don't remember a lot of the names from like 80s the 90s and further, because I really didn't get into it that much. But, you know, the guy I was going out with a really long time ago, that was his thing, so we, you know, you just kind of use it as an aid or a tool, because that's actually what it was supposed to be meant for. It wasn't supposed to be like this huge industry. It was started out actually is to just like help out other couples out.
Okay.
But yeah, and there is so many different categories that I don't even want to go there.
Oh yeah, those would deserve a show entirely into themselves, because some of these things I don't understand how people get into. It's just shit. Like the thing is, I know once people find out about shit, then people jump onto it. But sometimes you gotta wonder who was the first motherfucker to do this shit and introduce it to someone else, and then this shit just started to spread. Like, so it's crazy, man. It's super crazy.
And there's, you know, and I think that's where personal choice and morality or code of conduct comes in, because hey, sometimes somebody likes it, you love it, but it doesn't mean you have to like everything somebody else does either. You know, as some person might think I'm wild because I dated a stripper, but that's about as vanilla as I got. I didn't get much different than that. You know, so everybody's kind of like drugs, and I guess that's really a good analogy, because everybody's party of choice is their own, and how they mix and match is what they do. You know, I could get into a lot of it, but I don't know how far you want me to take this.
Well, I mean, it's as far as you want to go.
Well, I mean, you've got the S&M, the B&D, you've got bestiality, you've got the gays, you've got the straights, you've got the trans, you've got the orgies, you've got the guy on girl, you've got the girl on girl, you've got the older and younger, you've got the interracial, not just black and white. It can be Asian, Hispanic. You've got, you know, big tops, big bottoms. You've got multiples. You've got train wrecks. There is anything and everything. There's inanimate objects. There is food issues. There is all kinds of different fetishes. So that was just a quick rundown. Did I just shock everybody in the den? Probably not.
Bro, I think you got some people who were just probably stating some of those are some of their favorite categories. Yeah,
well, then I'm glad that they like some of they've made some choices, and that's good.
Yeah, so
and I'm going to keep all my choices personal on that note.
I don't know. I'm guessing.
I am one of those that don't kiss and tell.
Okay. I'm thinking Miss Bell has at least 3 of those that she named that she's into. I don't know which 3, but I'm going to go out on the limb. Over under is 3.5. Oh shit! Let's end the den. Shannon's here. It's over with, everybody. Let's get out of here. You're talking about inanimate objects, and then Shannon pops up, but that's a whole other conversation.
I'm going to leave some room for a bunch of other people to bring their tales to the what's that old, bringing your tales to the altar, as they say. But yeah, I don't have a confession tonight, but just kind of being there as more of a technical advisor, and pretty much good with that.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you, getting the party started, and the bell is rung.
All right, have a good night.
You too. Class is in session. Thank you for calling, Miss Bell.
All right, good night.
All right, so interesting. Sarah J. I heard. I know who Sarah J. is. I think. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I couldn't tell you her face if you said this was Sarah J. For bringing class to Black YouTube. Oh yeah, I definitely don't do that. I do terrible things in here. We'll just see how long it lasts. we are definitely in the YouTube streets right now. Right now we're in the YouTube red light district. Generally, we're in we on MLK in YouTube City. You know, when you cross over the train tracks, you're on MLK. That's where the den is located. MLK Boulevard, YouTube, Texas, USA. Yeah, that's where I remember her. She had a big ass, but she was butterface, if you will. So there's that. But here's the thing. Like I say, the term pro-black is misused because honestly, a lot of people who are pushing pro-black do not have black people's best interest in mind. You know what I'm saying? You know, most of them are, again, like I say, I feel have an agenda. Now, I do agree with that. Like some people put me on some stuff, and I saw some of these other YouTube, and I'm just like, wow, I didn't even know that was going on, and I didn't know it was a thing. Like it's a lot of people who are deaf. There's a lot of tension going on, and yeah, so I appreciate that. Yeah, I try to stay away from that shit. The unnecessary drama, I stay away from. I ain't gonna lie, on my sports channel, I don't have beef, but there are there are some folks who annoy me. But yeah, and that's not something. Like I say, it's. I feel like everybody should be for their people. You should be wanting to perpetuate your kind. I have nothing against that. I'm not going to shit on you to improve myself. I think you got to start looking at things. I mean, that's a whole other conversation. Let's get back to the point. We'll talk about that because we're going to finish that conversation tomorrow. Because I said I said we would finish yesterday's midday conversation. We're going to finish that one tomorrow. Well, I appreciate that, sir. I sincerely do. Like I say, we just going to keep riding this thing, and hopefully it becomes something that, you know, maybe folks will see that there's a different way to have some of these conversations, a different way to address a lot of these things with reason. And I think that's where it is. Like I said, we don't have to agree on everything. That should never be that way. People should always feel like they have a way or a solution or whatever they feel is best for them. But I think that we have to get back to having discussions where people are free to express themselves. And that's what I want it to be about. So Miss Bell rattled off a list, a lovely list of genres, very interesting things. And shout out to all the ladies who were holding it down, who were standing tough throughout this conversation. But I would like to know, and let's be honest, I think men don't really have an issue because it's expected for men to watch, you know, adult entertainment. Women, I think up until recently that there has been a stigma on women. I don't think that stigma is as strong. I think they do just as much. But I think that, you know, I think that women, here's my thing, okay? This is my belief, and ladies, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm right. Every woman wants to participate in hoe activities, okay? But because of the stigma associated with, because of the risk that is associated with it, they choose not to, simply because of, you know, there's, like I said, there's risk. And I'm gonna be honest, man, dudes ain't trustworthy. I'll tell you that straight up. Like, I'll tell you, dude, like, I know this. Niggas talk too goddamn much, honestly. And you know, my thing is, all right, cool, bet. And like I say, you know, dudes talking, and women don't want to put themselves out there. They don't want to, you know, have their business out there just because they want to have a good time or whatever it is. But I think most women would love, I think that's kind of where I think there's I won't call it penis envy, but that the association that goes with it. You know, men can fuck around and do whatever. And again, pardon me, I have some sinuses acting up, y'all, so I apologize. And there's no repercussions on your image. But women, it's looked at the other way around. But I think most women deep inside would like to have the opportunity to hoe it up without being judged. And I think adult entertainment gives them that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And so some of them do. Some of them don't give a fuck. But I think a lot of them, because they're afraid of the stigma, afraid of the risk. You talk about STDs, you talk about all that other stuff that's going around. I think that a lot more women would. And then there's a few other things that go with it. I hear you, Misty. I hear you. I hear you, Misty. That's fucking disgusting, silly. Why? Why would you even say that? There's no reason to say such a thing. Like, why is it like? Are y'all mad because y'all received the phallus? Is that like a thing to y'all, and that y'all want to return the favor or something? That's terrible shit. Yeah, that's the crazy stuff. So men are supposed to, we got to get out there and do like Johnny Appleseed. We got to spread it around. But I think that most women would, like I say, but most women won't say that. One, because again, you'll be judged. Two, because of, like I said, the stigmas that are with it. And then three, the risk, all that other stuff. But I think honestly, deep down inside, then they won't tell you. They won't tell you. But I believe it. I believe that women have a different sexual nature than men. And I think that they would like to be quote unquote freed, or however you like it. But some of y'all are married, and y'all would hate for your husband to ever hear you or see you say some of that stuff. So I'm not going to force you to. I'm not going to force anything. I'm just saying. Others, like I say, some of y'all have ventured into that, but y'all will never tell because, again, of the stigma. And niggas is thirsty. And I mean, it is what it is. And like, I have no problem calling y'all niggas out. I don't understand it. A chick say she did something freaky. Next thing you know, niggas is flooding the inbox, trying to track her down, fucking skip tracing, fucking all in the on every fucking social media platform trying to find motherfuckers. It's like, calm down, my nigga. It's a lot of fish in the sea. She ain't the only one going. It's interesting to know. That's cool. That's very informative. Take that information that she provides and use it in another manner. That's all it is. Yeah, and then the dude will be mad, especially if, like, trust me, I understand, I understand how people are, like human nature. And so I'm not going to sit here, even though y'all trying to sit here and say, oh, Honcho's a woman basher. Honcho comes in here and he just hates on all the ladies. That is not true. Okay? I love the ladies. But I'm going to call y'all out for being who y'all are. I'm just not, just because I'm not going to handle y'all with kid gloves like some others. You know what I'm saying? And that's all it is. It's just the truth. Let's see who we have calling into the den this evening. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
My name is Rashida.
Rashida, I didn't just come for the pistachios, Reed. How are you doing this evening, Miss Rashida?
I'm all right. I was going to dip out, then I decided to stay.
Oh, you heard us talking about that freaky shit. You heard that freaky talk going on. You was like, what they in here talking about?
No, I really don't watch them porn. So I don't really know about, the porn song, so I didn't really think I was going to have nothing to add to the conversation.
Okay. Well, I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily be porn stars. Have you ever attended a strip club? I know women go to a lot of those. Women do it differently. That's
on my list.
Oh, that's on your list.
A lot of people probably be surprised that I never been to a strip club, but that's definitely on my list.
Oh, okay. All right. Because like I said...
Yeah, Miss Grace, you're right. I am more old school. Most definitely. But I done did some shit in my day that I probably shouldn't have did.
Really? Compton Conservative, how you doing this evening?
No, I know I shouldn't have did it.
So why do you say you shouldn't have done it?
Because it probably could end up on Pornhub one day.
But I mean, hey, look, just go ahead and put your information on. Tell them send you the check. If it's getting the views, tell them send you the check.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing like that on no own extended version or nothing. So it wasn't no production or nothing, but
But the amateur stuff is what's winning nowadays. What you mean? That look, they want that homemade action.
you know how they be having them stories to the porn and shit.
Yeah.
It
Let me
wasn't
tell
nothing
y'all
like
something.
that.
I can't watch the porn without the story. I need to know how they got in this predicament. Like I need to know how they got caught up in this situation.
I
Uh,
mean, the story be so cheesy, but the shit be funny.
man, I saw one. What was it? Because they I forgot what the premise was, but a nigga stole a bike. And then I guess the girl was trying to get her bike back, and so he said, they had to get down, had to
Mhm.
get down for her to get the bike, but like crazy shit like that. We all know the plumbers and the shit like that. It'd always be some weird shit be going on. So yeah.
Exactly. But I really only watch black porn though. I don't really watch. I don't know if I'm prejudiced or what, but I just like to see black people.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. Does porn translate? I mean, I think some people watch stuff that they have no business, or not want to say they have no business, but they probably wouldn't do. So I don't want to say they did translate, maybe because, maybe you're sexual. Some people may watch it because of their sexual preferences. So they may be like, well, I like, black women, so I watch more black porn, or it may be I like, white women, I might watch more white porn or different things. So
Sarah, they gonna put you at the strip club for that
they
bullshit. You
went to a
don't you
dollar
don't
to a
get
dollar.
no
Just Sarah
half
donated
dollar
$5 through
unless
Super
they
Chat.
real
I
got a
went to
real
a strip
small
club and tore
penis.
a
Then
dollar
they
in
get the
half.
half a dollar.
Once they get together, they will have $1. Celebratory hands in the air. Smiley face. Smiley face.
That voice is so funny. Appreciate the love, just Sarah. Oh yeah, the pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Man, have you? That's the funniest ones.
Miss Sarah, they had no picture up. They weren't allowing you back in there now with that.
Mm, mm, that's tough.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
That's tough stuff.
But everybody ain't worth a dollar, so
Wow,
I see where you coming from though.
wow, that's tough. Look, I'm gonna tell you
Come
something.
on now, Honcho. You done seen them videos? Them strippers had gunshot wounds and ass
Oh,
full of craters and all that.
oh
Now
man,
you
look,
telling
I
me
ain't gonna look.
you gonna tip your money to that?
I'd been to a ratchet strip club or two, but here's the thing. Look, you got to make them work hard for the money. I could tell a couple of stories that are very interesting, but yeah, I'm gonna tell you. Depending on where you at, some of these hole in the wall joints, some of these lower end non baller strip
And then
clubs, these women have to work very
exactly,
hard.
then they balls fall out they G string and
Whoa, whoa,
everything.
whoa,
You know what
what? What kind of strip club is that?
I don't know. I'm just talking shit. I don't know. I ain't never been in one.
But yeah, you gotta make them put in the work.
Oh, okay.
Is there a difference? And I wonder, like, to somebody who may have been to multiple. I've been to the hood rat clubs. That's where I've been in attendance. But I think white strip clubs and black strip clubs are different. When you have a different music, and I think the performance
And
is
you
different.
know what? The funny thing is, I like strippers,
Mm,
male strippers,
mm. Have you
black male strippers.
have you ever had an encounter with a black male stripper?
No, but I would love to.
Mm, mm, mm. That's tough.
I got my $40 ready.
$40. You gotta look now. You know
$40.
the price
Spend
that went up.
$40.
No, it's the price that went up.
Since when?
It's $40 in a chicken sandwich now.
Oh, okay.
You got the
Okay,
price.
I can do that.
Price that went up, man.
Have you ever thought about that as a career?
Have I ever thought about that as a career? Um, at one point in time, I think when I had first left college, I had almost thought about it.
I
Uh,
can't believe I just asked you that.
no,
You shouldn't have answered.
no, I mean,
Now these people gonna be talking shit.
I had almost because I was in shape, and I had a homegirl who used to frequent a lot of these venues and stuff, and she was trying to pump my head
Mm-hmm.
up. You know what I'm saying? But I was just like, I don't know about all that. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't too You ain't in bad shape. From
Shit.
what I see.
I'm in shape. I'm round. That's a shape.
Hey, y'all, ain't no Miss Honcho now, so y'all see her talking my shit now. Y'all know I ain't never talking to Miss Honcho.
Compton conservative. I
I ain't
appreciate the
about, you know
love.
what? I ain't about shit. You know what? Let me go, because I ain't about shit. Let me
Mm,
stop messing
mm,
about shit.
mm, mm. Nah.
Compton Conservative donated $1 through Super Chat.
Okay,
Keep
let's get
pushing
back
the
on
real.
track.
100. Bro, I'm not into strippers.
Okay, Miss Compton. But yeah, I couldn't.
Oh,
Like I said,
Lord have mercy.
I had thought. I'm just like, man, I can't do
Hey,
it.
Sarah, you know I had to get him because he always ignoring you when you be telling him about taking off his shirt. You know I had to get him.
What I don't ever. I just tell you, I'm not in prime. I told y'all the premium Snapchat coming.
We ain't trying to hear that.
The
We ain't
premium
trying to hear
Snapchat coming, and I'm gonna hook it all up.
that.
But nah, like I said, because I had a homegirl, she used to go to them things, and I think she used to like arrange those little things. I'm just like, I don't know, man, that shit is just questionable. Um,
But they make pretty good money, don't they? Like when you do private shows and stuff.
I don't know. I would assume.
But some women be thirsty from what I see in like the videos and stuff. Shit.
I don't know.
You need security.
Yeah, I don't wanna start no shit. But nah, like I say, it was a temporary thought. But I was like, nah, I couldn't do it because it's just too much weird shit, and I question
Yeah,
a
you
lot of
right.
I question a lot of stuff that goes on in those industries.
Exactly. They be
So
trying to snatch you into the bathroom and stuff, and I be hearing all them stories. So
they gonna
yeah,
try to they ain't trying to get sex
it ain't
trafficked.
safe. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny though.
So what would your stripper name be? That's what people asking in the chat.
Um, what was it? I remember when I was young, I had made up a name being stupid. Cause I had made up when I was young. I had said I'd have a stripper name and a porn star name. The porn star name I remember was would be Dick All Night, but spelled
Hey, Miss Bell, Miss
ALNITE.
Bell, you know he ain't gonna be taking no more of my calls. I didn't. He gonna say I done had the worst call after I hang up with him. Watch.
What? Nah. As long as you keep stuff on the up and up, as long as we look, I'm not even gonna remind where we don't need to go back to. As long as we ain't back in that region, we good. We all good.
Remember when you said they used to call you Arizona? That's what I think your stripper.
Um, that's a terrible, terrible reference. Oh man, there was another joke. Let me hold on. Let me remember what they said. The Alabama jungle snake. Something crazy, some other crazy alleged rumor that went down. It was some old goofy shit. But it is what it is. I
Hey,
definitely.
where your fellow brothers at prepaid and Tria? They need to help you out today. If you
Uh,
being jumped.
Prepaid is date night for Mr. Prepaid, so he got to do the family man thing, and I think Professor Trill, I know he been behind the wheel, so he probably getting him arrested or something like that. Look, I ain't worried about y'all. I can take all y'all along. Look, I'm ready. Look, I've been running every day, getting my endurance up. I can handle y'all.
Brielle, Blue, why you say you blocked?
I don't think you shouldn't be.
No, I can see your he's not blocked. I don't know.
No, everything looks good. Said to go live by 2020. We can do something here soon with the before too long. 'Cause like I said, I do want to start. I've been jotting some stuff down. I do want to start adding a couple of new elements to the day and having some people on doing some different conversations.
Okay,
So
that sounds good.
so like I say, in that way, just to change the flavor up a little bit. So Miss Com, we can definitely make that happen. I switched. I know you had hit me on the Den Show one on the Instagram. I think I have your email, so I may just hit you on the email. But we can have that conversation. We can talk about some things because I saw those videos you sent me. They looked like it was a good time at the White House.
But Miss Bell, he gonna take your honesty and my honesty the same way. He still after your call. He gonna block me.
Well, I've never done such a thing. I've never blocked you. I've never avoided your
I
calls.
know.
I would never do you like that, Miss Ross. So you've been holding down what since you've been here since Jesse?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's just that what
Yeah.
brought me in.
Okay,
I
okay.
came in quiet, but then I got used to things and saw how things go, and I've been calling ever since.
Okay. Oh, that's not true, Miss Grace. If I'm
Through
not
the
answering
trolls and everything.
it, it's
I've
because
been
I don't see it.
trolled. I've been talked about like a dog. Some everything that happened to me, and I still came back.
Look, Jesse might have been wrong for what he did, but he did have some good in the sense that he brought some folks together. So I'll give him that.
Exactly.
Outside of that, not so much.
Miss Grace, you don't answer your calls either.
That is false.
Oh,
I would never do Miss Grace like that. If I missed a call, then that's my fault. But I would never deliberately. If I had a way to see which calls came in, I would put Miss Grace calls in front of everybody. So yeah, I said
you know what? It's
it.
something wrong with the phone because people be on hold, and I don't think you see it.
Yeah, that's what
Because I know I was on hold the other day, and I had to hang up and call back.
Mm.
Cause I don't think you knew I was on the line.
Okay, yeah, that's what I say. That's what some people something like because I'll end a call and if people say, "Well, I'm on hold right now," and then nothing comes up, so I got to see if there's some other ways to look into some things and see what's happening. But we gonna figure this whole thing out. Like I say, if I got to keep testing some different services and doing some other things, I wonder if I use the hard line, if that might change anything up. We'll have to see what other options are available. So.
Well, we figure it out some way. If I be on hold too long and somebody hang up, I just call back.
Streaming, I heard about that, but I haven't really looked into it. Let me jot that down. Someone else, I think Miss Angela uses StreamYard, or she was telling me about it.
Oh, okay.
But, and Shelly, that is false.
Oh, and if you got AT&T or DirecTV, they had a Playboy channel for 3 months for free.
Hmm.
I was thinking about signing up, but I'll be having little ones still on the weekend.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be on that. Oh man, don't bring back to me. We talking about adult entertainment. Look, I'm from the age where you used to try to watch the channels, but the channel would be fuzzy. You know what I'm saying? It'd be all that static on it. You trying to make out what's going on. You got half an ass on the top of the screen, the titties on the bottom of the screen. They moving diagonally and shit. You trying to fucking figure out what's what. Yeah, I'm. That's the day and age I'm from. No, but is the Playboy channel is the Playboy channel is that hardcore or softcore?
It's softcore.
I ain't got no time for that.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't really raunchy like we want.
Yeah, because I'm a nasty motherfucker. I need that nasty shit.
You're the only one.
I need to look. We gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it all the way real.
They be doing too much acting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Motherfuckers just be faking the funk and shit.
Mm-hmm. Going through the motions and don't be showing you the real bang at 22.
On some
You
crazy.
ain't getting enough bang for your buck.
BET Uncut used to be live. I'm telling you, that was a tip drill changed the game. There was the uncut video. That shit changed the whole game. But it used to be some crazy videos on there. Like every video was in the strip club and all that shit. So that shit is wild.
Did you ever used to watch Spice TV?
Spice, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I don't think I ever went.
I used to watch that. I used to sneak and watch that.
I know what channel I'm trying to. I don't know if I can't think of anything specific. I'm familiar with the Spice Channel. The name I can't recall. I'm pretty sure I lingered on there for a second or two, but I just can't recall anything specific that I may have watched on there. HBO Real Sex used to go hard. That shit used to go hard.
I remember when we used to live in an apartment building, and somebody in the building used to get a Playboy or was it Playboy or Playboy? I don't know, but it was some kind of nudity, and I used to be looking through it.
So how did when you seen something like that? Did that make you think differently about the things you did or yourself, or did it change your perspective on anything?
the pictures, no, but when you watching the videos, you can learn things and try them and stuff. Hey, remember when the lady from the Love and Hip Hop did the shower ride thing?
Oh yeah, I
And
heard
then
about
you had people trying to do that kind of shit and broke their shower rides and stuff.
that. Yep, that motherfucker was tripping. That's the crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the crazy stuff now because like how people transition from the reality television and then they try to cross over into the adult industry, and I find that odd. The chick, I know there was one of them who was like one of the 16 and pregnant chicks or whatever from MTV.
Mm-hmm.
She had crossed over and did something. Who else?
Why do they try to shame people for doing porn? It's sex is a natural thing that you can get paid for. Hey, get paid for it.
All right, Miss Compton, appreciate you coming through, and I'll be looking forward to that. And thank you. And we'll chop it up real soon. Why do they shame? Because people are unhappy. People shame people for everything. People shame people for the shoes they wear, for the way they dress, and it don't even have to be nothing major. Just because people who wear black Air Force Ones, they still like when the people shame people for wearing them. People will shame you if you do or if you don't. If you're not having sex, they're gonna shame you. If you're having too much sex, they're gonna shame you. Anything you do, no matter what. They
right, make your money. That's what I say. Make your money.
I mean, if they not contributing to your livelihood, if they not helping you get to the next level of trying to improve what you're doing, and all they doing is just they came in the picture just to hate on you. This shit is irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? It really is. It really is irrelevant.
Like there's a lot of money to be made, but you need to be safe about it too, because one bad step and you can be messed up for life. So.
Yeah. But here's my thing. I said I would definitely start, depending on if things went a certain way. I would start a fucking adult entertainment company. Because I mean, shit, performers can't be that much now. It's an overabundance. Like I say, now the game is so saturated, but it's just about keeping it clean and all that type of shit like that. I don't think I'd necessarily be a performer myself, but I'd start a company. And I'd have my own little thing going on, but I don't think I'd be in the.
It's more diseases out there than just AIDS. You don't want none of them, though.
Yeah, all that shit. It's just super AIDS out there now.
I mean, I think it's better to stick with the same partner or do it with your spouse or your loved one or something, and y'all do like a couple thing and put it on Pornhub.
Yeah, but
that's what I was thinking. You want to just being in the industry when you got to sleep with anybody. No.
But I think but that's the thing too, is that I would say that shit. These adult entertainers are tested more often than regular folks. It's regular folks hitting the club every night and they sleeping with somebody new. It's niggas trying to go pull new hoes at this club. Every club that has a ladies' night, they trying to slide through and pull something. And they busting something up unprotected and this, that, and the third, and they worse off. Some of these regular people are worse off than.
Because you putting a lot of trust in those people, you know what I'm saying?
Jester donated $5 through Super Chat. Honcho has a new dent cup shirtless in the tub for Christmas, only $1 next day free delivery. Bath, fire, eye, starstruck, romantic face.
I'm gonna be in the tub, one of the old tubs that's with the little feet. It's gonna be all nice and romantical looking. Ron Jeremy, the Hedgehog. Have you ever watched a Ron Jeremy flick?
He's so ugly and disgusting. Ugh, I hate him.
Okay, but so let's be honest though. We all know why Ron Jeremy is famous.
Huh?
We all know why Ron Jeremy is famous, right?
Yeah.
So, if you had the opportunity and nobody knew, would you entertain an outing with Mr. Ron Jeremy, a.k.a. the Hedgehog?
Is he black?
Let's pretend he is.
Huh?
Let's pretend that he is.
Well, he ain't, so no.
What if it's a Halloween theme and he dressed up like a Mario brother?
He is nasty, Miss Grace. He's disgusting.
Why y'all hating on the Hedgehog, man?
You just called him a hedgehog. You better go collect some damn coins and go about his business. Bro,
Y'all hating on that
greasy,
man.
everything good, yeah. Yeah.
Man, that's actually not a bad idea. Really, I'm telling you, man, it's money to be made. My thing is this: if it's legal and profitable, do that shit. I'm not hating on anybody who is out there doing what they
Right.
got to do. Like I know people may talk
Right.
down this on that.
Right.
I'm not hating on nobody, man. Get your money. You know, you got to be creative in this day and age. Make it
But
shake.
you know when the woman show up and she see him on the scene, she go right back in the room and call them and ask them for a raise. Now
Uh,
you already know.
yeah. Oh yeah. That whole thing is yeah, and that's the crazy stuff, right? You would think because that's why I say the adult entertainment market is strange because you would think with all the free stuff that's out there, you're like, well, how are cam girls still making a living? They're still, if they're promoting themselves properly and consistent, they're making
I never
decent money.
understood the point of it.
You know, the cam girls.
The cam girl. Yeah,
Well,
like you're not doing nothing wrong. You just paying to see them naked. Or I don't get that.
it's because of the control that you have or perceived control, the interaction. So what it is, it's like if kind of think of like say me here on YouTube. You know, I'm a YouTube cam guy.
Mm-hmm.
So a recorded video, you can watch it and you may enjoy it, but you just get what you get.
Right.
But when we go live, like now we have this interaction. Like right now, we're having a back and forth and an exchange, or we have a conversation. There's other people in the chat that you can interact. So the interactivity with that, but then they're paying them, hey, do this thing I like, do this thing I like, do it this way, you know. So they have more control over the scene, quote unquote, that they are watching. So that's kind of the
So
thing
do
about
they have to pay them for each thing they do, or
it.
I don't understand
I mean, they have it set up however they want to. So it's like if they have certain goals, if they only gonna perform a certain way, I think they have like private
Oh, they pay
stuff
to
that they can.
the
Yeah,
Okay, thank
yeah,
you, Shannon.
yeah. So like I
Now I
said,
get it.
they have say so in the way they go.
See, that's why I'm glad Shannon in here. 'Cause you know about all that. Shannon, girl, you know about all that freaky stuff. You the right
No,
person to be asked. See,
Shannon,
that's the person you should have sitting up there with you today, Shannon, because Shannon can
Shannon,
answer them questions.
Shannon multitasking right now. She on the cam. She cam girling right now while she in the D. And y'all ain't even know. Y'all ain't know Shannon was a part time cam girl. I ain't want to put you out there like that, Shannon, but
No.
I did. Yeah, it was a teacher down here in
And if
Texas
she
that got
making her
busted.
money, hey, that's good. It could be for good money.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not hating on. Again, like I said, I'm not hating on anybody. Get it how you live. This is just a different day and age. If it pays your bills and it allows you to use as a platform to do something better, man, do that shit. Fuck what anybody else thinking. That's the way I feel about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, did you have any more questions for me? Because I think I done passed these line up for, oh, man.
Um, well, I don't think I have anything else. I think that's all I have for
You
this evening.
sure?
I'm trying to think and to ponder. If you come across your link on Pornhub, just send it to me in my email. I'll check it out. I'll let you know what I think. I'll let you know if you got the professional ability. You just shoot that to me and I got you. You know, I'll give you my consultation for free.
We gonna exchange links.
Oh,
You gonna send me your link? I send you mine.
oh shit, look, if I find my link, that shit getting deleted. I'm finna send that email. The terms of service email. Hey, what's the copyright? Yeah, to the copyright department. Yeah, this needs to get off of here ASAP, please. I had to do that 2 or 3 times.
You got the number, right? I think somebody else said they wanted to call.
Yeah. Oh man, look. You see, that's what y'all gotta let me know. Players fuck up, man. See, where 335 at? He's supposed to let me know when I'm fucking up.
Blackbird, what you talking about?
That a number
He
go.
got something out there. He just don't want to tell us about it. And I got something out there, and so we can exchange if I ever see it.
Yeah, you gotta be careful, you know.
Okay, Ashley, you can call. I'm finna get off of here.
Well, all right. Well, Miss Rashida, I appreciate you calling in, and thank you for sharing your views with me this evening.
Okay, no problem. And thank you for taking your shirt off. No, you didn't do that.
No. Y'all gotta wait a couple of days for we. Look, I said that's gotta be a. I gotta set that up on a circle. I can't do the fellas like that. I ain't gonna have them look at that.
Thank you, Sarah. I try to
questionable
have a good
stuff.
call every time I call. Look, Sarah, he ain't taking the shirt off, so we just don't have to wait till next year, I guess.
We'll set that up for a ladies only stream or something like that. That way, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's too many men in here. You
Yeah,
don't want. I got
no,
it.
I'm not gonna
I
do
got
like
it.
I'm not gonna put them in no questionable situations like that. You know, it's just it's certain uh, male behavior you don't engage in, and that would be questionable. So I ain't
No,
gonna I'm
I
gonna
didn't
stick
see
by
the
the
look
code.
on his face there because I had to pause my computer so I don't echo. So I ain't see it, but I'm gonna go back and look at it. Thank you everybody for saying I had a good call. I tried.
Okay, okay. Well, I always think it's a great call, Miss Rashid. No matter what you try to tell the people, you know I always enjoy your calls.
And I'm glad you're a good sport because I tried to start some shit with you and you just took it. You was cool.
Look, it's all about having a good time, man.
It is. It is. That's why you a good host.
Well, I
All right.
appreciate that.
All right, everybody.
All right, Miss Rashid.
Okay. Take care.
All right, you too.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. I told you, I think I'm joking. I'm gonna get that premium Snapchat popping. It's gonna go down. Shit, everybody else doing it. Why not? What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
This is Miss. Okay,
Miss.
let me turn this
Yeah.
down. Let me turn this down. How are you, my honcho?
I'm doing excellent, Miss Grace. It is good to hear from you. How are you this evening?
I'm doing well. This one, don't know much about it. I have seen porn, but I've never watched. And you know I'm very old school.
Okay.
But some people make the mistake of thinking that if you don't indulge in commercial porn, that you're automatically a prude. And there's nothing from the truth. Okay? So you all can ask me questions because you know I write erotica.
Oh,
And I'm an originator.
okay, okay.
I don't like trick, and I don't like copycats.
Hmm.
And I was wondering, with this porn thing, wouldn't it cause like some blurred lines between love and sexual intimacy? You know, people wouldn't be able to trust because somebody would just be copying something from porn, and they wouldn't know if somebody really had for them to perform the act. It would be confusing.
Um, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I can see what you're saying about the blurred lines. I think nowadays people just freaks. They just look as long as they get to enjoy the experience. I don't think they care too much where it came from or how they how they figured it out. People just want to feel good these days. I think it's just kind of a whatever society is where we've gotten to. But I have a question for you,
Wow.
Miss Grace. And
Sure.
you said you write erotic. So where do your ideas come from? Are they from experiences, or do you visualize new things when you write erotica? Like how do you come up with your stories?
Some experiences, but some just fantasizing, and some based on real things that have happened with other people that I know. You know, so it's a combination. You know, I have fictional characters, but there's a lot of truth to them.
Okay, okay.
And let me say something else. Growing up the way I did, you know, and coming up, I would bring, or we would bring, we prided ourselves in bringing everything. You bring the red lights, you bring the food, you bring the drinks, you bring the music, you bring the perfect house, you bring the conversation, you bring the deep kissing. You mean with signature moves that can only be done with that person into. It can only be executed with that particular person, and the love of feelings only in everything that is unique about him. You know what I mean? It can't be replicated anyplace else. And you think of things as you go along, you know, things that you've never done before. And you said something about women want to feel free. I have found that men want to feel free because they have been pigeonholed into being copycats, to watching porn, into doing the same old copycat thing that they don't think of anything new. They say the same old things, and to me, that's a turnoff. You mean if I get with somebody, I want to hear and see something unique and different. You know, I don't want copycats. I don't want generic. You mean, and that's not what they're going to get either. And then also, there are things and objects all around can be used for intimacy.
Oh,
over the place. You know what I told you? When I look around, I see money.
Yes.
When I look around, I see everything I look at, everything within reach, or you can think of, it's there. And you figure out a way to work it in. And the reason why I turned my daughter onto the den, and so I have to kind of behave a bit. I'm so mad at her. She loves it. The den's always on. She loves it. But now I have to kind of behave. But and we're not afraid of stigmas. You know, it's just that I wouldn't want to compromise what I've held as sacred. That's for someone special. You mean some people confuse nastiness with sexiness, and there's a big difference. If a guy comes and he can do too many things and it wasn't with me, how in the hell you think he got that way? He got it through practice. If you run into a woman and she gives you a great blowjob, how the fuck you think she got so good? Practice.
Yeah,
practice on everybody else.
I'm gonna send happy birthday and thank you cards to everybody that got it that way. Nah, but yeah, I mean, but could it be a situation where maybe somebody practiced a lot with one individual and maybe they learned a lot of things, or do you think it necessarily means that they've had a variety of partners?
It can be a combination. It depends on who she is. You know, if she was with one partner and did a lot of those things, but if she was out there, sometimes they've gotten good, and I would question it. You know, I would question it. I wouldn't want a man that had too many miles on his thing. Yeah, don't have too many miles. And it depends. Now that I'm older, he can have a bit more miles because, I mean, that's only being realistic. You mean, but I don't want anybody out there that's done everything and with everybody else, and then by the time you get him, you're getting like the leftovers. You know what I mean? I don't want everybody to know what my man feels like, what he looks like. None of that. You know what I mean? You don't want too many people knowing those kinds of things. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I get you. I definitely get it. So you think that there's more, let's see, sexiness in growing and learning with your partner as opposed to them having all the tools when they come into the situation, maybe discovering what each other likes, or maybe discovering something new that the partner likes. You find that to be more attractive than somebody who just kind of has a whole repertoire of skills that they picked up along the way.
Exactly. They can come with something, some experience, you mean, but most of that you should be creating as you go along with one another, you mean, and those are signature moves, signature feelings. You shouldn't be able, and let me be careful, me. I don't want to put this on anybody else because everyone's knock it, and if people make money for it, God bless them, go for it. You mean, but I wouldn't want somebody to be doing everything out there unless it was specific to me, the way I am, the way I move. You know what I mean? And I want the same thing in him, the way he is, the way he moves, how deep he is. Because then you know every move, every muscle, and seriously, you can fall asleep to his heartbeat. You know every single move. You know, with your eyes closed. When you're that intimate with your partner, you know every little muscle, every little move, or where there isn't a muscle. You know, it's just something that you like. You know it. You know every shift of the eye. You mean you know when the oxygen and everything comes out of his nostrils. You know it. It's intimate and it's deep. And I find that so many people today, they're just getting away from all of that. And so when I hear people talking about sex, it's more of a thing like just such a big difference between fucking making love. You can do something while you're making love. But the overall experience of it, and that is a making love type of thing. But I'm not going to say because I'm so old. Somebody called me in here that I'm old, that I probably sound very boring. You know, I mean, young, and I'm learning from all of it. Who said I sound like? I sound like a porn star. Who's called me on here?
Vanessa Del Rio. I forgot about Vanessa Del Rio. Yeah, she's a porn star. Yeah.
Oh, that's that Sweetberry said that.
Sweetberry, you can't trust Sweet. Y'all see, y'all know, y'all realize Sweetberry been low key. She just, she been active. She been stealing pistachios as usual, pimping and stuff. Sweetberry been low key. Y'all gotta watch Sweetberry. You gotta watch Sweetberry, and you gotta watch the other Shelly. You can't trust Shelly's in the den. You gotta have your eyes on them. They always up to no good. But what got you into writing the erotica?
Well, you know that I became sexually active at a young age. And as young as I was dreaming about it even a couple of years before that. It was just a kid that I was. So it's always been fantasies in my mind, and I jot things down, and I have some incredible characters. You know what I mean? But there's whole storylines with these characters, and I need to finish writing that. Like I said, I wrote the children's book, and they said very few authors have been able to make that transition from like a children's book to erotica. A few have, but the children's book isn't something I always wanted to do. I just want to do it for my granddaughter. Erotica is where it's at. And not that I'm so sexually active right now, because I'm not, because I'm very particular. I need to get back to that. It's just things in my head. I've self-diagnosed as the adult version of ADD, ADHD. The wheels turning, and it's hard to turn it off. It's on constantly. So you just learn to maneuver through the days and through life with all of these things going on in your head. And that's why I have to keep a notepad on the side of the bed, and I jot things down. My kids know that I write. And they've heard some things. My sons, well, they don't want to hear it. My girl, sons don't want to hear it. But the girl, she appreciates it, and her friends love it as well. Because I'm a writer. And like I'm an original writer.
So do you think, though, that, watching any of porn could maybe contribute ideas? You may not have to get into what's happening or what's going on. Do you think that any of that can contribute, or is just too devoid of emotion to be of any benefit?
Yeah, I thought about watching some just to get some ideas, just to supplement what I've already written. So I can tap into today's audience. But I wouldn't go to that first, because my stuff is better. I know it is.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
And one day you said that I could call in and do a reading of one of my characters.
Definitely.
I have Andre, the Hammerhead. This guy could sit there and eat the coochie. He's got the space between his teeth, and he puts the matchbook, because that's and he hooks onto the clit and works all the way down to the hole. You know what I mean? And that's his claim to fame.
This is interesting. Yeah, we definitely one of these nights on the Talking Dirty After Dark. Maybe we'll have to you pull it up and then let you do a reading for the people.
Yeah, I'll do a reading. Okay. But I'm going to get off now, because I'm going to see what they're saying about me, because they're probably saying, "This Miss Grace, that dirty old lady."
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's the case. I think we all know and love Miss Grace.
Okay, Hadra. Have a good evening, hon.
All right. You too. You have a good evening. Shout out to Miss Grace for calling and sharing her thoughts. Interesting. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who do we have calling into the den this evening? Hello. Excuse me. Testing. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. All right. Well, let me go on to the next one. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Ashley.
Ashley. Hello, Ashley. How are you doing this evening?
I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. Life is good. No complaints. So, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic? What would you like to contribute?
I like porn. And my favorite porn star is Lisa Lett.
And why is that your favorite adult entertainer?
I don't know. It just is.
So there's nothing specific about her that you find intriguing or that caught your attention initially that you started watching her? How do you, because it has to be something that you're like, you know what, I like this particular individual. I like their style or something that they do, and I'm a rock with this individual.
Well, she was really saucy, like, oral. So that's fun to look at, but, yeah.
Okay. So when did you first know that this was you were a fan?
Well, when I first seen it.
Mm. Okay. Was that the first one you ever saw? Was she in it?
You said what?
I said the first one you ever saw, was she in it?
No, I had seen movies, like, I don't know, it was a while ago. Like, back when I was in high school.
Mm. Okay. Okay. And so, what did you feel about it when you first saw it in high school? How did you feel about it? Did you think it was disgusting? Was it interesting? Was it?
No, I mean, it was just something I had seen because these people were being perverts. So they had showed me it, and it was like, yeah, whatever.
Do you think that they were trying to coax you into something, or they were just watching it just because?
I don't know. I don't think so. It was like a bunch of us.
They might have been trying to set the party off.
I'd hope not.
Okay, you never know. You never know what may be going on there. Okay. So, other than that, like, do you have a particular genre? Did you ever learn anything from watching adult entertainment? Did you pick up a new trick or two? How do you feel it impacts relationships? What are some of your other thoughts when it comes to the adult industry?
I don't know. I guess I got better at Ed, but not. It's baseball. But maybe not.
So do you think that it's helpful or harmful to relationships?
If you're watching it too much, it's definitely harmful. But if you're just like watching it, I don't think that's harmful.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it's good for couples to watch together, or do you think that it could cause problems?
I wouldn't watch porn with a significant other.
Why not?
I wouldn't want to.
Why? What is the difference between watching with your significant other and watching it by yourself?
I just like being by myself sometimes.
Oh, you be up to shenanigans when you by yourself. I get it.
No, it's not even anything weird. It's just like I don't know, just sometimes it's a hindrance having someone around.
So, do you think that you would be judged for the particular kind of stuff you like to watch?
No, I watch regular.
Okay. What is regular? I mean, it seems like regular. The topic has expanded into so many different things being considered regular. What is regular to you?
Like straight amateur porn.
Okay.
Doing regular sex.
Okay. How do you feel about men putting their feet on women's heads?
On their head?
Yes.
Like stepping on them?
Yes.
What is that about?
I don't know. I saw it somewhere. I thought it was pretty nifty. I thought it was interesting.
Like sexually?
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was in a doggy style position. And then he hiked one of his legs way up and put it on the back of her head.
I would probably know that I wouldn't be into it. That's crazy.
Or what if it helps you get deeper and reach the spot better? What if that would it be worth it?
What?
So would it be worth it? What if that helps him, reach the spot better? Would that be worth it?
I mean, that sounds like a little big problem. If you have a big enough dick, you don't need, to do all that special.
Or it could be a big ass problem. I mean, it might be a very large ass, and you have to circumnavigate the terrain, to get there properly. Because there's a lot of abnormal asses out there these days. not all of them are authentic, and so you have to deal with some disproportionate situations.
I guess, but I don't think so.
You know, that's not something that I would do. I would never. Look, I'm telling you, look, I'm just now getting back into it. Like I said, my legs hurting trying to run today. This week, trying to just get back into this consistent running 5 days a week thing. I thought my legs was gonna fall off today. So all this stretching and doing all this, I'm not in that position. I fucking try to do some shit like that. We catch a Charlie horse, and it's gonna be over with for everybody. So I'm not trying to get too creative. So no, that's definitely not a thing that I do. Plus, I got big feet. Might have injured somebody, fuck somebody's neck up or some shit. I ain't trying to pay no doctor's bills or be on that sex send me to the ER show. I don't need none of that shit. Okay, so what would you say in your normal viewing habits? What's the craziest thing that you've ever seen when entertaining yourself with visual adult entertainment?
What do you call it? Like the first time I'd seen that pop up. That was pretty creepy. What?
Yes, I'm here. Do you watch interracial porn?
No. I mean, I don't seek it out.
So when you're seeking it out, what do you? So when you go on to a particular site, I don't know what your site of preference is. What do you type in when you're trying to get your viewing session started?
Black. Amateur.
You just put black amateur in. That's just the first thing you put in.
Yeah, and then it gives me what I need.
Yeah. Okay. Gives you your fix. Okay. All right. Nothing wrong with that. I think I'm alone. I'm pretty much in the same. I'm pretty much in the same category. I like the amateur shit. So it's been an homemade, beautiful bean footage.
Better.
Huh?
It's so much better.
Well, because like I say, it's the studio shit again. Like I say, it's just too much fakery going on and nonsense and all that other stuff. That's terrible. How about Blacked? Do you watch Blacked videos?
Black videos?
Blacked. BLAK. I'm sorry, I can't spell that. BLACKED.com. Blacked. Do you watch those kind of videos?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, check it out. Just next time you get to your viewing habits, just type in Blacked, and a litany of things will probably pop up that fit under that category. Then next time you do, tell me what you think after you've had a chance to research that. Okay. So you've never used that as a tool in any of your relationships?
Pornography? No. I've never watched pornography with my significant other.
Why not? Why? What is the off limits with the significant other? You don't find that erotic? You don't find that interesting to share?
Like watching somebody else.
I mean, if you're doing, what's the difference between doing it by yourself and doing it with someone that you're going to engage in those activities with?
I know, but like, what's the point of watching it with somebody else? Like, I just feel like that would ruin it for me.
Okay. What about ghetto gaggers? How do you feel about that?
I don't know what that is.
You gotta venture out. You gotta you gotta expand your horizon a little bit. There's some interesting things out there.
What is that?
Ghetto gaggers?
Is it like real or is it?
I would say it's real.
Mm-hmm.
But it's. I think the name is pretty informative in itself. So I don't know. I mean, it is interesting to say the least. I definitely think you should check it out. You might enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. I don't know. So would you say what is the one thing that you saw from watching these things? You say that it may have changed the way you've done. Is there anything that you saw in a flick that you applied to the next time you engaged in intercourse?
Oh, yeah.
What would that be?
Yeah. Well, it's pretty private.
Oh, stop the shenanigans.
Excuse me.
What is it? Come on, tell us. This is the den. We're your friends in the den.
What?
What is the thing that you picked up from your self studies that you applied? The next time that you engaged in some it's a close game going on here. The next time that you got physical.
Just like actually giving head,
So that's a question I have. So where did the 35-second thing come in? Why is that a thing?
It's not specifically 35 seconds. It's probably like 15, 20, but it's not a long time.
That's
I
even
just
worse.
think that's enough.
I'm gonna stick with believing the 35 seconds. That's terrible.
That's like top.
But why?
But it's not.
What is so? I mean, what is your displeasure with it? I mean, if it's like that short of a time frame, why even do it at all?
Like, why would I want to do that? For like a long time, like I'll do it, just to go through the motions, but I'm not gonna just sit there and do it for minutes and minutes.
But what about? I mean, isn't there a point to where it's about mutual partner pleasure, so you don't do it to see your partner be satisfied?
I'm more worried about myself and what I want to do.
Oh, you're selfish.
And like, I don't want to. Yeah, I mean, I could say that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit there and suck my penis for over a minute.
That's terrible. That's terrible news. Excuse me. It's. I don't know. I mean, that to me, that's it's like a part of the game. I don't know. I think you're missing out. I think either somebody has.
Yeah, it is.
I think
I would say I'm.
No,
I'm
because I don't think that's the case. Because like I say, I've talked to several women who say that once they got into it and they enjoy it, it does something for them too. So it's not just about I get a nut out of it or anything like that. It's about, again, you go above and beyond to please your partner. Your partner's more likely to go above and beyond to please you. If you are engaging in activity more so for your personal gain, then what's to stop them from basically doing the same?
That never happens to me. I am pretty, it's not bad. It's usually really good, but I don't have to do all that.
But what if it could go from really good to amazing?
I've had amazing.
But is it?
And I still don't have to do that.
But is it consistently amazing, or is it more really good than amazing?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I got questions.
You have questions?
Yeah, I got questions. I just something ain't adding up to me here. I got questions. So we'll figure it out. We'll get through to you one day. We're gonna have you get past your PR, your personal record.
Kenneth, I hate sucking dick because one time I was giving head to my ex, and he came in my mouth, and it felt like somebody was spitting down the back of my throat.
And so you're afraid that that's going to happen again?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's it then. I think that we've gotten partially to the bottom of the problem. I mean, I think there's still more to it, but So the time constraints come because you're afraid that another situation could occur, so you would rather that not happen than go an extended amount of time and you end up missing out or getting an unpleasant surprise, if you will.
Well, I guess. It's just, that was fucking disgusting. Ugh. Like, no.
Okay, so situations like that. So how do you feel about that when you watch, like I say, if you're watching adult entertainment and you're seeing these people do that stuff, does that make you feel a particular way? Do you think about it any differently when they're doing it?
No, because, that has nothing to do with things.
Interesting.
Like, what do men think of themselves? No woman's jealous of another woman sucking dick. You can get that out of head.
No, player.
Some type of sick male fantasy. No.
I don't know, player. I'm just telling you, women are envious for the strangest things. And I've had women say certain things, I know I can do this better than she can, or multiple things, and that being one of them. So I would have to disagree with you there. Women are envious, and they will brag upon their skills. And a lot of y'all are being duped, because a man is never going to tell you that it's bad because he wants to, get his nut, or he wants to probably get a chance to fuck again. Now, some women are very talented. Some of the, but again, all that talent, sometimes all that showboat and shit, it don't really mean that, like, because again, like I said, I've had a variety of women. I've had women that are very basic, but, the basics and the fundamentals are down to a T, so the job is done efficiently and appropriately. I've had women who do all the fancy tricks and, this, that, and the third, and I've fallen asleep on their fucking ass, or it takes them for a fucking long time. I get fucking bored. I'm like, I'm no longer interested in this situation. So again, I think it just differs from person to person. But yes, women will try to outdo other women, especially if, they got their eye on them.
Oh my God, Kenneth. I only do that if the guy comes first. See, that's the only time I will give a good blowjob.
What?
Is if the guy comes first. Then I'll do it. So, it'll be a good one. But that doesn't happen usually.
So if he comes first, you'll do it because you're trying to get him back up so that you can get yours? Is that why you want?
Like, if I want to, like, if I'm close. Like, if I'm not close, then I'm not doing all that. But if I'm close, then yeah.
We have come to the conclusion that Ashley is selfish. I got you, Miss Juicy. I definitely will get you. You gotta understand, like, it's. I don't know. I can't tell you how to change, because I think it's all in the mentality. Like I said, because I've heard some women say that they enjoy it. It gets them wet. It gets them going. And I think when a man sees that you are into it and you are excited and you got a little freakiness, I think he's going to give you a better performance, because he sees, the effort that you're giving, more so than if you're just feeling like, it's part of the job. If you're literally taking the job and blowjob serious, then I think, that energy gets reciprocated in a manner. So.
I just don't think you have to do it.
You got to have some. No, you don't. Let me get this. Let me fix it. You don't have to. No, absolutely don't. You don't have to. But I think in this day and age, certain procedures are expected. And so you better be good at some other things to avoid doing that. Because I think this is.
What?
I think you have to be good at some other things if you're going to avoid doing that. Cause here's my thing. Like, it just, I don't know. Like I say, because I've been with a variety of women, and I appreciate all body types. I'm not saying anything like that. This is a bad thing, but it's going to take more than just a chick just being naked for me to just be like, okay, let's unless I'm just super the booty. But it's just like, so it's going to take some effort. Attitude has to be appropriate. Effort has to be initiated. Otherwise, I can become just as disinterested because, again, the way I view it is I'm the one doing the work here, So I'm the one making sure that we both get what we need as opposed to anything else. So maybe my views are different. Maybe my personal perspective, but I'm a need. If I'm asking you just, at least get let's get this situation warmed up or something, give me some kind of effort with that. And then, I'll take it from there.
What is that now? Like, I don't know. I just don't.
That's tough, man.
Like, like, no, you want 5-star head? Like, what type of head are you giving? Like, I don't know. And I'm not even, like, into all that.
That's tough. That's tough. Like I say, especially if I'm giving you an A1 performance, like it'll definitely be a one-time thing. Like if I know that I put down it could be the little thing. It's like I don't know. She was just kind of with that, and because we can get into a whole other topic on this, but we're supposed to be adult entertainment. We didn't venture off into the actual physical activity itself, but we just like this is more work than it's worth. You know what I'm saying? And again, some niggas just happy to get some pussy. So they gonna do anything for it. I guess I'm not like I could really care less. If you get something, get something. If not, it is what it is. Just I guess depending on how I'm feeling. So I look at shit a lot differently. I'd rather do without the drama and the overexertion. I want this to be a mutual thing where we mutually enjoy. We're both having a good old time. And so if I feel like there's an issue with some aspect of it, then I'll be more than I'll be less than likely to want to engage in it again. But
Right.
like I say though, but that's just me personally. But if it works for you and the men that you rocking with and they cool with it, you putting that Ashley voodoo on, you probably putting something in their food. Do you feed them before you have sex with them?
Sometimes.
Oh, so yeah, you putting shit in their food. That's what it is. You got some voodoo shit going on, and that's I done figured you out. I know your secrets. But that's just that. I don't know. I don't know. But as far as adult entertainment, so what about magazines and things of that nature? Is that something that you've ever looked into, or are you just strictly videos?
I've seen magazines.
Mm-hmm.
Not like I'm subscribed. No. Pick them up regularly. That's disgusting.
You don't have issues with black tail coming to the house?
Oh my gosh.
You get a better discount when you get the subscription.
Oh my god, no.
Okay. I don't know. Is there anything else that's on your mind? Anything else that you would like to add?
Just about porn.
Mm-hmm.
No, just that it's good. And I like to watch it. Have you ever watched it in a group setting?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think that's ever been a thing. Like I said, I've done me and the chick I'm fucking with. I've watched porn with the chick I'm fucking with. We tried to, we'll recreate the scenes or something. But as far as in a group setting, I don't think so. No.
What?
If it ain't gonna be that kind of party or something, I don't think that's a deal.
Yeah.
Like I don't actually think it's kind of weird,
Is it?
It did watching porn with a group of like, let's just study this adult entertainment on the television while we sit here and we'll take notes and we'll discuss it later. We'll have a study session.
No, they actually do stuff during those things.
But I mean, that's just if that's like an orgy or some shit like that. I don't think I've ever participated in any kind of those kind of festivities. But no, and as far as watching porn in some type of group setting, no, I've never done anything like that.
You watch freaky stuff?
Do I watch freaky stuff? No, I'm pretty basic.
Like what?
I'm basic. Probably the same shit you watch. Like I said, a lot of homemade shit. Generally black stuff, homemade shit. Big ass, big tub, like voluptuous, thick. You know, you gotta be. There's a line. You gotta be careful. I really don't. I don't. I'm not too much on the skinny stuff. I don't really like skinny chicks. Or skinny chicks don't really do much for me. So I mean, something like thick, amateur, homemade type shit. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
No, there ain't no damn water sports
Regular.
this way. Hmm.
You don't watch like anything freaky?
I mean, it's just I don't need to get too far out of the zone. I mean, I guess do weird shit. I guess I think somebody mentioned public stuff or like stuff like that, but I don't watch any wild shit. I got.
Do you watch anal?
I'm not keen on that. I don't watch a bunch of fucking shit dick porn. I mean, if it happens in the scene or something, it is what it is. I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's the worst stuff, but I'm not necessarily going looking for a fucking anal scene. That's that.
Right. I don't either, but I was watching this one, like it just happened to come on. It was, like I'd never do it, no, but it wasn't bad.
So why not? Why wouldn't you do it?
Anal sex, because that's disgusting.
But you enjoyed watching it, so why wouldn't you do it?
No, I said this just happened to come on.
Yeah, but I mean, but if you watched it and then you enjoyed seeing it, even though it came on, it just happened to be part of the scene, and you were okay with it, so why wouldn't you try it?
Yeah, but if I like looking at it, maybe that means I want to do anal to the guy.
No, that's
Stop
weird.
trolling.
That's you and Shelly on some other shit. Some other shit. Okay. Nah, but as far as just my preferences, I don't go too far outside the box. Like I say, if something pulls like up, something on the main screen, some weird title comes up, yeah. But as far as I don't like that. I'm not keen on the young shit either. I don't really like that teen shit. Like I'm not with that.
I know, that's so creepy.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
I like mature.
Yeah, I like
No talking.
some old ran through ass porn.
Oh my god.
She's been around the block a couple of times. This is good. So nah, that's just kind of where I'm at. So, yeah, that's all I got.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's funny. You know what? I think I may I'm gonna steal a page out of Heidi's book and do an AMA on the gram. Sometimes y'all be having some strange questions, huh?
Ask me anything.
Yeah.
About what?
I don't know. Just that's the AMA. You asked me if you got something to ask. So I might try that on the gram, see how that works out. Because y'all have I get interesting questions, sometimes on the call, sometimes on the line, sometimes via email. So I'll probably post it on the gram and see how that works in the little stories thing. I need to be more active on the Instagram. That's what the kids like. Kids on some new shit. Like I'm way behind. Kids used to be on the gram. Now they on some TikTok shit. I'm barely catching up on the gram. So it is what it
Do
is.
people still go to TikTok?
What happened?
I said, is TikTok still a thing?
Yeah, it's like a thing. It's a weird thing. It's a pedophile thing. So there's that.
Right, I thought they were taking it down because of that. Or maybe that's fine.
No, it's still. If I got taken out, they're still got TikTok is still going strong.
Okay.
All right. Well, here's the deal. If you have nothing else, we've got one or two other callers on the line I want to get in, so we'll take one or two more calls, and I appreciate you sharing your thoughts, Miss Ashley.
All right, thanks for taking my call.
All right. You have a good evening.
You too.
Coulter donated $1. Your bitch cunt mod still muting over nothing after all your talk of the den being about free speech.
Who are y'all in here blocking today? Because y'all know, look, y'all like to block the black
Dan
man.
Strong donated $5. What up, Dan?
Oh.
I turned 34 today. My old ass is about to hit the hay. And I love big ass titties. Good night.
Shout out to Dan the man, and happy motherfucking birthday to Dan the man. Hey man, look, enjoy 34, okay? 'Cause I'm 35 now. I turned 35 in September, and you can still round down to 30, okay? So enjoy it while you can. You can still round down to 30. Once you hit 35, you gotta round that shit up. There's no going back. So you gotta maximize the age of 34 as much as you can, man. So, but I appreciate the love. All right. I saw Miss Juicy say something. I'm not sure she's still in here. And then I see Mr. Kenneth in there. Now, I know Mr. Kenneth has a different type of conversation. And let me tell y'all some stuff about the den. And this is why I fucks with y'all. And I'm dead serious, because, like I said, it needs to be about free speech and understanding. I know there's certain conversations that make people very uncomfortable. Certain things that I may find uncomfortable. But when I'm not in the den, sometimes they walking Scotty, when I'm out on the track running in the mornings or whatever else it may be, I think
Colbert
about
donated
certain
$1. Happy birthday, Dan. I'm muted so I can't use the chat. Gotta watch what you say in adult entertainment stream.
You gotta block culture. I say, what, see, why y'all blocking my dog culture, man? That's what I'm trying to see. Y'all did. I see y'all look out and took out. Okay, I didn't see it after Lewis. Look, let him make it. Y'all block Lewis for challenging people to a duel. It's tough out in these YouTube streets, man. Damn, sweet very people can't even slide in and say hello. You challenging them already? Damn. So here's my thing, right? And so from the first time Kenneth called in, and I'm just looking at the den, and I'll tell you how we grow and we learn. I've always told y'all that, it's about equality. It's about everybody having a platform, whether you agree or disagree, whether your politics are, whatever you got going on. And I had to do some self-evaluation. I had to say, I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, did I offer Kenneth the same, platform, level of respect, and conversation as anybody else? Was I biased? Was I, hold on one second, let me take this call. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Hey, it's Dan. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Dan the man. What's the plan?
Oh, I'm chilling, bro. Hey, look, I just want to say thank you, Dan, for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. I just came back from dinner, ate some decent Mexican food out here in San Diego. You know what I'm saying? Just chilling. And, I just want to say what's up. Appreciate it, Honcho. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you having the forum, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Already. Well, yes, I'm glad I can give you a personal happy birthday. I'm glad that you, got to eat something good. So how much longer till you heading back to VA?
Shit, next Friday, bro. It's my last week, man. So it's be my last weekend, but I'm old. I don't feel like doing shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. Let me see. What y'all got going on? Hold on. Let me fix that. But, so, I just got a question, Dan. So, as growing up, did adult entertainment play any kind of part in your life? Did you learn anything from it as a youngster, or was it ever a particular adult entertainer that caught your eye that you were like, she's an interesting piece, or anything like that?
I never really had to focus on one entertainer, but it was like certain I like thick woman, like you talking about. As I put in the chat, I love breasts. I mean, I'm a real ass man. I'm an American man. I like big ass titties. I'm sorry, but I like the feminine figure. You know what I'm saying? I love seeing the back, and then you see the ass poke out. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. But the thing is, as you get older, it's in college, college is just. See, but the thing is, I never had a huge body count like these other guys talking about. Man, I smashed 40 bitches. I'm like, how many kids you got then? Did you use condoms the entire time, my G? All that shit. you know. But I'm just hating because I ain't getting with that many females, you know. That's all.
It's all good.
I'm just jealous. Yeah, man, you know.
Okay.
But you know, yeah, I just like the feminine figure. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know, like the ass. You know, I love ass. Don't get me wrong. I've seen some videos where that ass. You know what I'm saying? But it was generally just like a lot of like curvy woman. That's always been my thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can be like curvy and skinny, curvy and thick. I don't give a shit, bro. Right. You know, if you got a good personality, let's get it popping, bro. I don't give a shit. It's just like I don't like airheads anymore. I messed with a chick who had like an amazing body, but she was like gone up there, bro. She was a good person. She was also an alcoholic, and I was at the time too. So two alcoholics cannot be together, bro. It is just a fucking train wreck. Some person has to be sober. Someone has to be sober. And at the point it was college, so it was all like it was just so much chaos, man. I'm glad it's over, and I'm glad those people, I'm better now, and I hope they're better, But yeah, man, my thing's always been I always appreciate the female form. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not that religious, but I think some things just made amazingly, and I think the female form is just phenomenal. Yes. I mean, that's just years of evolution, all that good stuff. Whatever you take stock in, Yeah. I love women, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm respectful to y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all females, I'm respectful to y'all. I ain't saying like, yo, bitch, come suck my dick, all that shit, First off, I don't like random women sucking my dick. I don't know where your mouth has been. I know the last nigga you put your mouth on. I don't know about none of that shit. Don't be putting your mouth on me all crazy. Fuck all that.
Just donated $5 through Super Chat. Dan, the civilian man, was in the service. He has hoes in different countries. Smiley
I've turned
face.
down
Smiley
females
face.
before. I've faked it before, because like, I'm pumping about to blow my back out because, I did fuck this. I'm going to act like I did something. I'm going to go to bed. I'm tired of shit. We didn't rent this hotel room. I'm going to sleep in this hotel room. Fuck this. Yeah, I'm being stupid at this one. I don't know. Just being honest.
It happens, bro.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Definitely.
Man. Yeah, man. But I know you about to wind it down, Honcho, so I ain't trying to keep it, man. Shout out to
Kenneth
Dan. I appreciate your
Fitzgerald
birthday
donated
wishes.
$5.
I love women, what I'm saying. Respectfully to y'all, too, though. But, I like what I like, ain't nothing wrong with that, And I've seen some adult videos before, and it was mostly wasn't like certain females. I just like this curvy woman, but, I mean, not like sloppy curvy and shit, like ridiculous. Just like, damn, she thick as shit, you know what I'm saying? All that good stuff, Yeah. I like that. Thick in the front or the back, I'm cool. Things, I'm not like, geez, look, this is this. First off, I'm not Denzel, I'm not Wesley, I'm not none of these niggas.
I feel you.
So I'm be choosy, you know what I'm saying? You got some stretch marks, cool. I don't give a shit. I got some too, not that bad. I've lost a lot of weight, so, But so I can't be judgmental, you know what I'm saying? Well, this main thing is like, look, do you have any diseases? Does it smell like a goddamn fish market when they pulled off them panties? All that crazy shit. If we good on that, then cool, because I got my test. I'm clean in this motherfucker. I promise you that. So, I don't play with that shit. I ain't about to have no kids out here I ain't taking care of. I ain't about to have no venereal diseases, all that shit. I don't want none of that shit, bro. I'm going to strap it up, and we going to have fun. And, I'm probably going to have an orgasm. If you do, cool. If not, well... Sorry.
Maybe next time.
I know people saying like, "Daddy ain't shit." I thought it was cool. That nigga ain't shit. And you're probably right. I agree. Fair enough. But yeah, man, we're gonna get off, man. I done said too much. But look, Dan, y'all have a good night, man. Honcho, shout out to you, man. Thank y'all very much, man. Y'all take care.
Again,
stay up, man.
Well, happy birthday, Dan, again, man, and I appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts, man.
I appreciate it. Hey, Shannon, look, if I know you well enough, then I might go down on you. But we got to be seeing each other for a while, you know what I'm saying? You can't be going down on a chick you just met at the club. That's how niggas get diseases and shit. Fuck that.
Yeah, you get canceled like that. That's bad business.
Yeah, you said cancel your problem. Oh, my God. And, bro, in the Navy, dog, I heard stories about dudes going down on prostitutes in the club and shit. Yeah, there's some diseases going around here that they ain't got names for. That's how nasty these people out here are. So I'm avoiding that. So
Yeah,
but it's all good. But Dan, you have a good night, bro. Honcho, I'll see you. Be safe, man.
Yeah, already, Dan, the man. Appreciate the call.
Thanks, though.
Already. All right. Look. Now, I know some of y'all don't like the things that other people are saying, but let them make it. And this is the part of the den. If we can say we have to give free speech. If we are oppressing the people, then we're not giving the people free speech. If you don't like them, just hit the personal block button, and I don't think their comments will show up on your thing. Excuse me. But I am looking at this list. I ain't gonna lie, I got a couple of people on this block list myself. there's some terrible people that we've had to block. But here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. Because here's the deal. Here's my deal. Like I'm a person about, like I said, and going back to what I was saying about Mr. Kenneth, and I'm just sitting here. Did I? Oh, they came back and won that shit. Are you fucking serious? Goddamn, fucking Clippers. Fuck the Clippers. Like I said, I had to really evaluate myself, and I guess just put myself back on the screen. That helps. Like I said, I do a lot of thinking because, again, like I said, if I want this platform to be of fairness to anybody, again, even if I may not agree with what's going on, or maybe I may not have a full understanding of what's going on, I'm a firm believer in treating people fairly because I don't think that people get a fair shot these days. I think people, because of opinions and personal emotions and things that get in the way, we automatically do a lot of judging. Well, I don't like you because of this, that, and the third, so I'm going to suppress this, or I'm going to shut this down, or I think that when you try to limit people's ability to speak, again, whether you like it or not, you have an understanding, you can understand where things come from. We might take one or two more calls. They won't be too long. And then, well, I already told y'all about this shit. I don't want to hear shit, DeMarcus. I told y'all about that shit when we first got to it. Like I said, I don't want y'all to say shit when this motherfucker missing game-winning shots and shit like that. I told you that ain't the nigga to take them shots. But what we'll probably do after this, may have a little mixer action later. I'm not fully decided, but we'll see. But, let the people talk whether y'all like them or not. Now, if they just spamming, put them in timeout. Other than that, let them make it. Of course they doubling hard because they know exactly what it is. But my thing is this. So, like I said, I was thinking about that, being fair about that conversation. And I know certain individuals are not going to like certain things. And it may be tougher on people, but if I'm going to be what I say that I'm going to be, if I'm going to have the platform that I want this to become and genuinely be fair to people of all walks of life. So I had to really spend some time thinking about that. I'm like, let me think about it. Was I fair? Was I discriminatory? Just kind of playing. And I thought I was pretty. I think I was pretty solid about it for the most part. If I wasn't, you definitely feel free to let me know where you thought I may have been unfair or anything like that. Because again, this whole thing is about constructive criticism, about improvement, about being better at the craft of being, like I say, it's not about being a YouTuber. There are bigger aspirations. There are much bigger goals than being on YouTube. This is just a stepping stone to get there. And I'm not saying, I don't ever want to do YouTube. Like I like it, I enjoy this. But I think that there are bigger opportunities, and this is a way to get to those bigger opportunities. But there are certain skill sets that I can develop from this that can be applied to certain other opportunities. And some things have, kind of manifested, but we'll get into that another time. We're talking about porn tonight. We're talking ratchet shit tonight. So I don't think I'm oppressing anybody. I don't think I do any of that. I think I try to be as fair-minded as I can. I try to listen. I try to, just understand the perspectives and things like that. So there's that. Yes. And I had to, where's Coach? I think he should be unblocked or undone. I had to dig this shit. I hate this new YouTube setup. It's the worst. It's terrible. It's terrible. Yeah. So, and again, and whether I agree, and it's not even just about, like I said, we can talk politics, we can talk about racial issues, black, white, and whatever. We can talk about just like, I mean, the thing is, you're supposed to disagree. You're supposed to have conversations. And society now wants you to be all on one accord, and I don't think that should be it. I think people should be able to voice why they don't like something or why they agree with something, whatever it may be. And it's important. It is very important. And so, like I said, I want to make sure everybody is being treated fairly and equally. If you are on hold or anything like that, you may want to hang up and call back, because I don't know if anybody's trying to call in. But like I said, I'll get one or two more calls in before we wrap it up. So that's just kind of that. Like I said, I don't want anybody to feel like, you know, if I call in, I'm gonna get treated this way. Or if I call in, I'm gonna get treated this way. Now, I can't control what the den folk do. I can't. Look. All I can control is the conversation that goes back and forth between me and the callers. I cannot control the chat. I cannot control the chat. No, the chat can't control the chat. It is a whole other thing going on there. But like I said, we'll get it all there. Like I said, I'm thinking about, if you follow my gram, I guess let's put the stuff up there. If not, we'll go maybe, 12, 22, so maybe about 8 more minutes if you don't get any calls or anything. Make sure you're following. If you want the den updates and stuff, if you're on the gram, make sure you're following Ed Honcho HTX on Instagram. If you use Twitter, make sure you're following on Twitter. Make sure you are fucking with the Facebook page. Make sure you like the Facebook page. If you're a boomer like me, excuse me, and you still use Facebook, make sure you like the Facebook page. Make sure you like the Facebook group, or if you're in the group, we post random shit in there throughout the day. So there's that. And again, like I said, I may try to do an AMA thing. I may try that out between tomorrow and Sunday, so we'll see how that works. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
I figured I'd give a quick call back, Ed.
Okay.
Because of all this moderating and needing to be justifying, you've been fair all the way along. I like the fact that Rashida calls in and she's honest, and that she tells it like she feels it. I mean, that's kind of what we're all about, is that, I mean, even Dan the Man, I was not too thrilled when he said, oh, I get mine first, but, you know, selfish prick, but, you know, hey, everybody's real.
Hey, he's being honest, yeah.
I'm being real. You know, as a woman, most of us are multi-orgasmic, so if a guy's getting one and we haven't gotten any, yeah, there's going to be some hell to pay for most of the guys after that.
Y'all just greedy.
It's not just, no, it's not the fact that it's greedy. It takes you guys twice as long to get up after we've been able to do 1, 2, 3, or 4. It takes you 10 or 15 minutes to get back to being where you need to be, where we need you. But that's a whole other story. But no, as far as fairness goes, I think that you're pretty darn fair. Sometimes, like you said, on the board and on the live chat, it gets a little crazy. But that's what you have the mods for, you know, and sometimes they make good decisions, sometimes they don't. But, you know, there's a balance to it. And that's why we all come to the den, is so that we can have our opinions heard. And, yeah, we know we're going to get shit for it. And if we're not strong enough, then we need to just stay on the porch. And that's kind of really what it is. If, you know, what's that old saying? If you can't handle the heat, stay on the porch. I'm fucking it up because it's this time in the morning here. It's after 1 here.
Hey, I forget to discuss this. It's definitely y'all a little head.
Yeah, big tired, but no, you've always been fair about that kind of stuff, and it's been pretty vanilla and mild about most of the conversation. But what I found to be interesting is this was so dominated by the women tonight. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't really catch that. So what they're telling me is, in reality, y'all are the freaks. Y'all are the ones doing all the porn watching. The men are getting the blame. Interesting.
No, well, okay, that I kind of have to disagree with. On the down and out of the statistics, men probably watch it more regularly than women, but women do watch it. It's just that, for me, there's a shame and embarrassment set with it because I was brought up very Puritan, very sheltered. And so there is a stigma that's attached to it for women. Even though guys can say, oh, it's no big deal, it's no big deal. Well, yeah, there's certain lines that they don't like to cross either, and that's kind of where it is too. It doesn't mean that we don't want to watch it, or that it's just sometimes it doesn't even interest us. You know, like I've said, the reason that men get such a hard-on for a woman is because all their sexual organs are on the inside. And if you look at Playgirl, which is all men's equipment hanging on the outside,
yeah, I won't be looking at that.
Seen it. Yeah, seen it, been there, you know. I was married, so done that. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. But women's sexual organs are on the inside, so it's always a mystery. And that was something that I was actually told by a man, and I thought that was pretty cool. And that's why men almost always, straight men, always want women. But, you know, as far as porn goes, today it is so perverse into so many different levels that it's just really disgusting. And I think in some ways it has actually turned into some really unhealthy stuff with the human trafficking that goes along with that. I mean, it's one side of it that we've not talked about is the illegal side of it, or the people that are forced into it because of either drugs and alcohol, or there's some really negative sides to that part of it, not just the fun and the what's the word I want? Getting your rocks off for it. But there's also a very dark side to it too. You know, and there's some balance to be talked about with that too, is on that coin.
Yeah, and that's definitely we did kind of focus more on the selfish aspects of it, I guess. Yeah, that we appreciate what we benefit from. But like, yeah, there are people who we mentioned cam girls. There's some of these cam girls in certain countries, they're forced to work, and that stuff. There's cartels behind some of these situations. You can't in some of these places. You know, you try to do these things that you could get killed without the proper permissions. And I think there's a lot of other layers to it too. So I definitely agree. We could have touched on some of the more serious aspects of it, but you know,
it was good for tonight to be able to just get it out light and bright. But yeah, if you're really going to dig into something, you got to dig into both sides of the fence of it. Yeah. But we just didn't, and that's okay. But yeah, I definitely think that this was one. I was really surprised that a lot of the guys did not call in, and I bet that there was a lot more trolling going on and watching what was said than would have ever have come forward tonight. So and I don't know why. And I don't know why the guys tend to step back when the women step up on this.
I think she sent some shots out there, fellas. You know, a couple of stray shots. I don't know who got hit, but
well, like Rashida and I both said, you know, the thing is that we're being honest about it. We don't kind of den pack about it, but we're direct about it. And the guys will talk shit on the live chat line as far as the boards go, but, I mean, Dan the Man was the only one that really stood up and said his piece about it, which was pretty cool. Yeah. So I'm kind of sending a challenge out to the guys to, like, you know, bring it.
Okay. We'll see if anybody will accept that challenge. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Now you realize, yeah, it was Dan. Dan was the only gentleman that called in tonight.
He was the king of the mail pile today. I think Rashida got queen of the day because she did really good on her call.
That makes me think of an episode of South Park. Let's go back to the pile. Oh man. Okay. All right. So we'll see. Like I say, we'll see if any fellas gonna call it and represent before we wind it down. But if not, you know, ladies, good. Chip cheerio to the ladies this evening. But you know, we'll see. Maybe, like I say, maybe it's different for fellas, or maybe, you know, maybe I spoke for the fellas. Maybe they just agreed with what I said. And they didn't feel like they have to reiterate too much.
All right, Kev said he's calling in, so I'm going to let go because this is my second call of the night. So, all right, I want to hear the guys call in, and we'll talk later.
All right, Miss Bill, I appreciate you calling in.
All right. Night, Honcho.
Good evening. All right. We'll probably take this call. This will probably be the last one after this. We'll wind it down after Mr. Kenneth's call. What's the motherfucking deal? Mr. Kenneth, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good, Ed Honcho in charge. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. No complaints. Life is good. I'm alive. I'm breathing. Can't complain too much.
That's great. Same here. Life is awesome, actually.
Yes.
Look, this has nothing to do with the topic, but look, love and hip hop is trash. Okay.
I've never seen it, but I'm gonna take your word for it.
It has nothing to do with it. It's trash. I was on set last night, and shit is trash, man. The people are trash. All of them are just trash. The set there is just trash. I mean, these are B-list celebrities acting like this Mariah Carey, Beyonce level. No respect for production. I mean, no respect for themselves. They're trash. Love and Hip Hop New York, I'm speaking of.
Yeah.
They're trash. Yeah. But I just have to mention that. But yeah, like I said, before, sex has been a part of my life since, 4 years old, really? 4 or 5, really?
Yeah.
Watching porn in hotels, like I said, with my mother, going from hotel to hotel, porn was free.
Uh-huh.
So while she'd be out, on her drug binges, I'd be in the hotel watching porn. As I said, my first sexual experience was a threesome, in the 3rd grade, and with a man and a woman, well, a girl and a boy, we were children. Yeah, pretty weird. Very, 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 very weird experience as a kid. And I'm pretty experienced with sex, with men and women, and more so with men, obviously. But I've been with all types of men in my day, especially college, married men, people who, more of them were married and had girlfriends and things. There's been pastors to try to fuck with me and deacons of the church, and it goes down. And I don't do those things anymore because I believe you have to pay. You're going to have to pay for those things in life, especially with married people, because they make a vow before God. And for me to waltz in and interrupt that, even though if they don't do it with me, they'll do it with someone else. But I'm not trying to pay for that. So I don't do those things anymore. But I've done a lot of that in my past. I'm not going to tell you guys how many people I've had sex with, but it's a very large amount. And by the grace of God, I've never had any disease in my life, not even a chlamydia or I've never had anything. But I've been with a lot. And my best friend from undergrad wasn't so lucky. He's HIV positive, and the month before he told me that he was HIV positive, I was kicking it with this married man, and I decided to bring in my best friend for a threesome. And the guy wore a condom, but he didn't change condoms with me and my best friend. So when my best friend, a month later, my best friend told me that he was HIV positive, I mean, his hair fell out, his eyebrows were gone, his skin was demolished. I was like, oh my gosh. And I was scared. Back then, this was in 2006, you had to wait 2 weeks for HIV tests. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm about to die. Those were the worst 2 weeks of my life. But obviously, it came back negative. But we went on to move to New York, and he was literally still fucking with men, like going to the gym, New York Sports Club, you know, going to the sauna, sucking dicks in the sauna. I mean, just fucking, and not telling these people that he's HIV positive. I had to let him know that we couldn't be friends anymore because I can't be around anyone living that dangerous life. So to this day, we don't, you know, I don't know how he's doing. I know he's alive because I know his cousin, but, yeah.
So I have a question. Do you feel like, and let me word this properly, that he continued in those behaviors because that was just the behaviors he knew, or did he feel like because he got inflicted with something that he just wanted everybody else to suffer? Do you have an idea why he engaged in that and was not, you know, honest about his status?
I believe that it was a mixture. I believe that he was partly angry. I believe that he was depressed. And I believe maybe revenge, maybe. These are my opinions. I don't know for sure. But I do believe that it was a mixture of that. And we lived together. And he would just bring these random Joe Schmoes over the apartment. And he had a boyfriend who was HIV negative. And, like, all these dudes would come in, the postman, garbage man, the mailman, like, everybody would come. And then after they leave, the boyfriend would come. And I'm like, that's just so disgusting. Like, how do you do those things? And so, yeah, it was a mixture. But I haven't seen or heard from him since 2012. Of course, he was upset that I decided to turn off the friendship because I am a good person. I'm a good friend. But I just can't. That's very toxic, and I don't want those spirits and things to rub off on me. And I had to let that go. But I would have to say that I had an experience with this guy. He was like the top basketball player in high school, like in the fraternity, like little Greek life in school, and just like Mr. Popular guy, like 6'2", muscular, like messing with all the girls. And when I graduated from high school and I got like some cuteness about myself, you know, he found me, and you know, we kicked it, whatever. And I had a conversation with my mother, and she was telling me that her friend was like having sex with this guy, and she was describing him to me, and I'm like, hold up, like, that's my guy. And this is my mother.
Yeah.
And so I told her that, you know, I was having sex with this guy, and of course, you know, don't tell a soul, guard this information with your life. I didn't tell a friend or anyone. I told her.
Yeah.
And a couple of months later, he called me, and I was in college, and he's like, yo, what the fuck? Your mother told people about me and you. This is my, and I'm like, what? Shut up. Like, and it was really bad. Like, it destroyed his life. You know, and it made me look like a chatty patty, you know, but I wasn't. Like, I told my mother, you know, you can't tell your mother, who can you tell?
Yeah.
To this day, like, he won't come to any class reunions. Like, he moved away. It was really, really, really bad. And to this day, like, I feel bad because of that. Even though I didn't tell people, I told my mother, but I still feel bad that his life, he had to, like, run away, basically, because he feels as though when people see him, that's the first thought in their mind. And I do know that some gay people do, you know, they hold power over some straight men. Well, obviously not straight, but they do hold power over them and try to out them. And I don't believe in that. I believe that your life is your life, and when you're ready to talk about it, you're ready to talk about it. And it's not up for me to out you. I believe that that's wrong, and that can lead to suicide, because many straight men are very weak-minded, and that's why they compensate their physical strength for their lack of mental, their mental status. But I've also found that many quote unquote straight men who always go at the gay guy, or always try to joke on the gay guy or be disrespectful to the gay guy, I've learned in life that they actually want to fuck. They just don't know how to go about doing it, because they're weak-minded. But later on in life, when they get some strength, they do, get it. Literally last night, I'm leaving the set of Love and Hip Hop, and I'm on the train, and this guy approaches me, and he's like, "Yo, can you suck my dick?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, people think that all gay people want to fuck. That is not the case. Like, many straight men believe that they are a prize, and they believe that the gay guy needs their dick in their mouth. And that is true for some, but it's not the truth. It's not the truth for all. And I was offended to be approached that way, as if a lady would be offended if a man was to approach her in that way. I was highly offended, and I said no, obviously, and I rolled my eyes and I just walked away. But many straight men do believe that they are a prize, and they could be the most busted, lean with it, rock with it, fucking sneakers. I mean, just horrible looking guys, and they believe that they are still a prize to be won. And yeah, it's quite sad. Yeah, I just wanted to share that.
Okay. I saw Ashley ask something. You gotta pardon me, because like I said, I got these fucking sinuses have been fucking with me throughout the day. Only because I asked the things that y'all inquire in the den. She asked, because you said that you've had experiences with men and women, if it's the same feeling.
Feeling as in what? If the dick feels the same?
No, I guess as far as she asked about anal intercourse with particular parties.
Well, I mean, the majority part of my life, I've been, okay, so there's tops and there's bottoms. So the majority part of my life, I've been the bottom. I've been the woman in the situation. So I've just started to be the man in the situation. But of course, with women, I've of course been the man. With women, I would have to say, because I'm an explorer. I'm like Christopher Columbus, the real one, and I found that I have more fun with women because women kind of get a lot of okay, from watching porn and things, men, they kind of do the same thing. Like, they kind of fuck the same. It's kind of the same. But when you fuck with someone who's like the Christopher Columbus of the game, they explore and they do all types of different kind of weird things, and it's like their body becomes one with the woman, and it just takes it to a whole nother level. So to answer Ashley's question, it is different. It is very much different. Women, women love being like, there are a lot of women who say, "Oh, I'll fuck with the gay guy. I'm going to turn him straight," because it's more fun. It's more fun for women to fuck with the gay guy because they're willing to take risks in the bedroom, and they're not afraid of what the woman's going to think. Whereas the man, he has a lot of things going on in his mind. He doesn't want her to think this. He doesn't want her to think that. But with the gay guy, he just wants to have fun with you. He's not taking you that seriously. He just wants to have fun. So it's more fun being with women per se. I would have to say.
Is that a thing that happens more than most of us would know, that women have encounters with gay guys?
I'm sorry?
I said, is that something that happens more than we would expect, that women are having encounters with gay guys?
Oh yeah, because a lot of women feel like that they can turn the gay guy straight, So it's a challenge for them, and like I said, it happens so much, especially with the gay guys who are pretty. A lot of women are attracted to the pretty gay guys, and I consider myself to be in that category. So I've had so many women to approach me and fuck and want to do all types of things. What is it? The lesbian women, the dykes, the studs, like just women in general. It's fun. It's so much fun for them. So yeah, like they'll eat the pussy for an hour straight, for an hour long with no breaks in between. Like add some condiments. Let's add some condiments. Let's throw some strawberries in the puss. Let's do all types of things. A gay guy would use toys on a woman, but straight guys don't like toys. They're not gonna sit here and play with the pussy with a vibrator for 30 minutes. They feel as though that's demeaning them. That, I have it, let me do it myself. I'm not fucking with no toy. But the gay guy, oh sure, let's bring in this toy. Let's bring in that toy. You want this? Sure. Okay. Let's put the vibrator ring on my dick, so every time it touches your pussy, it vibrates. Like it's more fun. But straight dudes, they ain't trying to do all that. They ain't trying to do all that. They just want to do it the regular way. So it's more fun. Women love to fuck with the gay guys. And if you haven't, women, fuck with the gay guy, get you a gay guy and fuck. And compare it to your straight men. And I guarantee you that you would want to have a regular gay fuck buddy to make you, because 9 times out of 10, you're not going to have an orgasm with your everyday straight guy. You're just not. Compared to how many times he orgasms every time he has sex with the woman. But the woman is not having an orgasm every time she has sex with the guy. And that's a fact.
I don't.
TMI.
I mean, no. But the thing is, because this is information to know. Because, like I said, I've been off the scene for a little bit, and then even prior to that, I had a vow of celibacy for a while, and then I was with somebody for a long time, and just to know that things, well, as far as I know, have changed. This is good information for me, so I know not to. I think I need to take another vow of celibacy or something here, because it just seems like there's a lot of wild stuff going on before I making too many rash decisions here. So I mean, it's just good stuff to know. I mean, what's going on in the world around you. I think that's odd. So you should say, or so basically, what you're saying is that, because I think I remember seeing this video. And it was interesting, because what the guy was saying. So if you're a dude and say you have a chick and she has a gay friend, should you be wary if they have a very close relationship?
9 times out of 10, no. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't be wary. Women are comfortable with the gay guys, because 9 times out of 10, the gay guy does not want to fuck with the girl. The girl, they're naked. Like the gay dude is naked, the girl is naked. They change in the same room together. They go in the bathroom together. She'll pee in front of him. He'll pee in front of her. And there's no type of nothing. So you don't have to be weary of that. the gay guy is never going to initiate sex with the woman. It'll be the woman initiating sex with the gay guy. So it's not the gay guy you need to worry about. It's the woman per se. But 9 times out of 10, you get the vibrator ring from any sex store.
Don't encourage her. Do not encourage Rashida. Don't give her
Rashida,
any information. Do not encourage
get a
her.
cock ring. It's called a cock ring. Get your man a cock ring. You put it, and it goes down to the base of his dick, and you turn it on so every time it goes in, your pussy vibrates, and it hits your clit. It hits your clit. When it hits your pussy, it hits your clit, and it vibrates, Rashida. Go ahead and tell your man to get one, Rashida. So you could get some vibration going on along with the penetration. You're welcome, baby. But yeah, you don't gotta worry about the gay guy. Worry about the girl. Worry about the girl. You don't gotta worry about the good guy. Period.
Okay. I mean, I have no further questions. Like I say, I just want to make sure I'm fair across the board, everybody here. As far as adult entertainment, was there ever a particular performer that stood out to you, or did you just kind of, was it an across the board thing? Did watching that ever have an influence on your actual sex life or anything like that?
Lexington Steel and Superhead. Lexington Steel and Superhead. I learned a lot of shit from Superhead, and I learned a lot of shit from Lexington Steel. Those, to me, were like my top people that I grew up with in life. That was like big time in entertainment. So yeah, I would have to say that. Those two I learned a lot from. Who raised me? Oh, a lot of people raised me. I was raised by a village. Yeah, Lexington Steel and Superhead, period.
Okay. I personally thought Superhead was a little overrated. I think she should have been called Super Hands instead of Superhead, but hey, it's all good.
Yeah, her hands were good. Definitely her hands were awesome, but when you put it into perspective as far as her inner mouth, like you can't see like her inner mouth, like with when it's inside, like you can't see that, but you can kind of imagine it. And from listening to some of her interviews, like I've watched her interviews and things like on different people have interviewed her, and she's described her inner mouth, like how her inner mouth works, and it's quite impressive. It's definitely quite impressive, and yeah, she will make a dude nut very fast with head, which usually takes time for a woman to make a dude nut. Really, when you watch porno, the dude doesn't really nut when she's giving head, from what I've seen. But she's one of the few people that I've seen to actually make a man come from head alone. So yeah, she was my shero growing up.
Okay. That's a bit.
But I'll get off. I've told too much. I don't want to do the whole thing. But I appreciate you for having me. And oh no, I'm not I'm definitely not bisexual. I don't consider myself anything. However I feel, I just go with that grace. So if like Grace, like actually my boo, Sarah, my boo, if I was in their presence and if my feeling was like attracted to them, then we would, and if they were attracted to me, we would definitely do something. But I'm not out looking for the woman. I'm just like a free spirit. Like however I feel, I just go with the flow, with whatever. So yeah, I'm not bisexual. I don't consider myself gay or none of that. I just go off of however I feel on the inside. I just love the experience. I'm all about the experience of sex, the experience of life. How does this feel? How does this make the woman feel? I believe that people should be coached with sex, because just because the person that you fuck with before, they like for you to fuck on the side, but this person may like to fuck a different way. So I believe that people should be coached with sex and don't look at it like someone is demeaning you or disrespecting you. It's just what floats this person boat doesn't float that one. So if someone's doing something, hey, slide over to the left a little bit, come up a little bit. Oh, that's right, do it good. Oh, stop right there. Coach people to make the experience a great experience and not just an act. It's all about the experience. So, yeah, I'll leave with that.
All right. Well, I appreciate the call, Mr. Kenneth, man, and thank you for sharing your story with us. And we look forward to hearing from you soon, man.
All right. Take care, bro.
All right. You have a good evening. All right. Like I said, we're going to end on that call. I'm going to do my Springer conversation, my little positivity outro, whatever you call it. I don't even know. But first, make sure you're following the proper social medias. Like I said, I'm going to try that. Excuse me. If you're on the gram, I think tomorrow I'm going to try one of those little AMA dilly-dallies, and we'll see how that goes. Why not? I got to get my Instagram game up, and so I guess that's one way to do it. Shout out to everybody who shows some love. Sarah, Culture, Kenneth, appreciate the love. And everybody else I don't see on the screen currently, but I know a lot of y'all showed some love this evening. Miss Cartier, how you doing this evening? Brian, how you doing this evening? You know, Misty, I definitely don't need a coach. That's definitely not an issue. But the thing is, like I said, Kenneth said some things that was actually pretty informative. And like I say, getting out in the world and just dealing with people, you have to be very cautious. And I'm very cautious. And I do personally see myself as the prize. Because the thing that I always say why men should value themselves more so than what women have going on is because any chick you fuck with, you can get a nut. You fuck with her long enough, you gonna bust you a nut. Some may be slower, some may be looser, some may be tighter, some may be fatter, skinnier, whatever it may be, as far as we're talking about genitalia. But if you stroke long enough, you're gonna get you one. Some may take you a couple of seconds, some may take you a couple of minutes. If you're in that bitch for some hours and you ain't gaining no traction, you might want to reconsider. But if you stick it to it long enough, you will you'll get the job done. But that's not the same for women. Because every dude just ain't gonna make you bust a nut. I would like to say that I believe I could have been duped or deceived, but I don't think the bitches I fuck with are that good of actresses, so they weren't in theater. So my thing is, I would say that the percentage of the likelihood more so is going to be good for the woman. And so if it's a higher likelihood with me, then you fuck with somebody else, and I have a higher value than the next individual. Like I say, if I can get what I want from you from anywhere, well, it is what it is. But if there's a better percentage of me giving you what you're seeking, then I think that I hold more weight in that. And then, like I say, also another thing is that I used to, when you're younger, I used to not really give as much of a fuck. But now, like I say, the dick ain't for everybody. It's I had to get real exclusive. And that's why I say, I told y'all a while back before getting into the relationship I was just in, I took a hiatus. And the thing about women is it's crazy because especially when they know you're not fucking, they will try to do their damnedest when they don't have easy access. Like when they know they could get you, they know that it's easy access, they ain't fucking with you. But when they know that it ain't gonna shake it, you ain't with the shit, that's when they try their best. I'm talking about, I've seen women act they fucking ass doing some of the most, just the most extra ass shit. But when I have my mind made up, my mind is made up. And I think I need to go back on that kick for a little while. I think I may need to just, like I said, go on restriction, tighten some things up in certain areas of my life, before I start wilding out. But I did want to talk about the male birth control thing, but we ain't got no time for that tonight because that's a whole different topic. So we may bring that up tomorrow or some other time, maybe Sunday. But interesting conversation tonight. Interesting conversation. That's no longer a thing, Miss Sarah. So that's not a issue to have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? So, well, if she out there fucking horses, then that's it's more her problem than anybody else's, right? Because look, y'all can say what y'all want to. It's unfair to women. Yes, the judgments and the stigmas and all. It is unfair, but such is life. Ed Honcho HTX on the gram. Like I said, I'm going to try to do an AMA tomorrow. Ed Honcho on the Twitters. HTX. Ed Honcho HTX on the Twitters. Make sure you're following. Den Show live on Facebook. Like the Facebook page. There's a link on the Facebook page to join the Facebook group. We get in the Facebook group and we just post random stuff and random craziness. Don't be in there snitching and hating. It's all love. And if you on the thing, just make sure you fill out the little questionnaire. I don't care if you say no to all of them or whatever it is. Just show that you exist. Because, you know, I already told you my thoughts on the questionnaire thing. So, let me see. We'll talk about clone meat. But like I said, I ain't in a rush to do nothing. Because I'm telling you, I'm as much as I talk a lot of shit on here, I'm disgusted by a lot of the behaviors and things that people out in the world are doing. So I just be cooling. I be talking a lot of shit, but I got to be more focused on me to be worried about trying to get caught up in some nonsense. I ain't trying to deal with no stalkerations or no situations like that. So it is what it is. Oh, it's just when you're in a Facebook group. It's like it's like an intro thing. You know, it asks like two or three questions whenever you try to get in the group. Some of y'all, I'm like I said, if I know you directly from the chat and I recognize you, I'll automatically add you. But if you're already in a Facebook group, then no big deal. But some folks, you know, they don't have. If you don't have an avatar, your name is different on Facebook or something, I may not recognize who you are. The best bet is to fill out the questionnaire so I know.
Just Sarah donated $5 through Super Chat. Honcho is going to start getting all kinds of messages. Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face.
Y'all ain't got to send no messages. Just send nudes. Send them to my email. But, no, like I said, it's some things I'm going to work on. I'm not worried about none of that shenanigans. Right now, I need to. My two primary focuses are, like I say, health, you know, getting into running more and stuff like that, and actually getting back in the gym, and bulking up a little bit. I think I go back and forth between I want to be slim, I don't need to be swole because I'm not going to use it. I ain't going to what I need to be big, but I don't know, man. I think because when I started getting skinny, I don't want to be fucking skinny, so I think I just need to hit the weights and, you know, bulk back up a little bit. And be cool with that. Just like I saw my endurance is up, put some size on myself, and go from there. But with that being said, you know what I'm saying? You know, look, I ain't got no groceries. Ain't no groceries to eat. No EBT card. No, none of that. I'm gonna retire. I'm finna go find me a cougar. You know, now the cougars be wanting to get too active. I'm gonna go find me a retiree. I'm gonna get out once a month. I'm gonna be going about my business. Nah. But I fucks with y'all, man, and I appreciate all of y'all. I thank all of y'all for showing love, for coming through, just holding down the channel as, you know, we have my ups and downs, and we have all these other things going on, but we're gonna keep it going. What? I have private pictures of my shit dry. My shit dry, Texas. I have a drought on all my shit. I'm trying to get my juice up. You know what I'm saying? So I can get the thirst trap rolling. But I'm still mad the Rockets fucking lost that game. But, you know, everybody on the Clippers, the Rockets going to give them a run. Like right now, everybody got the Clippers like they the fucking Warriors. Some Rockets get them a run. They'll get the Lakers a run, whoever want it. But here is the deal. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. It is an honor. It is a privilege. It is a pleasure. I think I need to go and look for a new seat sometime before this weekend is up. Because it's always getting extra. I think I broke the back of that bitch. Like, not the back of the actual seat, but like the, fuck it. I don't know. I need to figure it out. It feels extra squeaky. And I know I've been over the weight limit because this bitch is supposed to be like 250 or something like that. And I've been borderline over 250 for quite some time. The bitch gonna collapse on me one day on stream. I'm gonna be looking real hurt. But with that being said, salute to all y'all. It is an honor. It is a privilege. It is a pleasure to get to chop it up with y'all each and every night. We'll be back at it tomorrow night live at 10. We're going to continue the conversation from yesterday's midday stream. I said we do a part 2 tomorrow. So we were talking about the black media agenda and some other things like that. We'll be discussing that tomorrow. I know, Kenneth, you had some stuff you said you wanted to call in yesterday. We just didn't have time. So I'll be looking forward to hearing you on that tomorrow. And everything else, man, like I said, I fucks with y'all. I just appreciate y'all for being here. Y'all be cool, man. Y'all ain't got to go home. What time is it? It's 1:06. I might do a mixer crew, maybe about 15, 20 minutes. If you're bored, slide, check out the mixer. I might be on there. Y'all know what I be fucking with. So, y'all ain't got to go home, but y'all got to get the fuck up out of here. Sweet Berry leading people pistachios along.